We are finally back.
Yay.
Oh, all right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Dicewise Entertainment presents, thanks to Twitch TV here at Dark Galaxies Gaming. We are streaming live and recording for YouTube and for podcasting and for Mongers Podcast Actual Play Network and the list goes on. Welcome to the show for Age of Ashes Pathfinder 2nd Edition. Our cast and crew are hidden. We are trying something a little different. We're trying a bit of a spotlight video to make us bigger, and it's not so confusing that you're looking at an entire gallery at the same time. So hello, I am GM Jeff Ball. I will be your host this evening. Not to be confused with our Sunday night game, which runs 2nd Edition Pathfinder. It's a bit of a homebrew to start, but we'll probably fall into something a little bit heavier. So introduce that GM. But tonight, my co-host and triggerman, Mr. Rob Hammond, is in the house. Mr. Rob Hammond is muted, but in the house.
Now I'm having problems.
There we go.
I see Cheryl, but I hear Rob. Okay, that we're still having technical difficulties. You need to be a little closer on the mic and longer in the sentences to switch over.
Oh, you want me to do that, do you?
There he is. Oh, now he's frozen. Okay, we'll just forget. That's okay. He's only a tech guy. He's not that important. He's having lots of trouble tonight. Okay. Speaking of the world of tech, we have the man who's read the core book, well, maybe not all of it, but more than myself, and also one of the cast members for our Sunday night Twitch game. Mr. Joe Gibson is in the house giving aid.
Hello.
Oh, he's ready to go.
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
Yep.
Let's go.
Look a little pink there, buddy, as opposed to my washout, bleed out. Oh, having so much trouble tonight. Going around our cast of players, we have Ryan Messsina. Is late to scene, but he will be along promptly because, well, first on the scene, he's the closest thing we have to a rogue, so that dwarven monk is actually scouting perimeter, the players have decided, they tell me. Leading our merry band, a combination of 3 dwarves and 1 halfling female cleric. So start with ladies first. We have executive producer to Dicewise Entertainment, Cheryl Ball.
Hello, everyone.
And at the top of the merry dwarven band, we have the charismatic and overdramatic dwarven sorcerer, Matt Witt.
Good evening, folks.
Playing Ulbrich Stonechugger. Next, the man with the plan, the guy that takes action before thinking twice about it, Theowen, played by Mr. Frank Hamilton tonight.
Hello, everyone. I'm glad you could join us tonight.
And dwarf number 3, as I said, is just running the perimeter. Yeah, sure, that's what he's doing. So, guys, let's pull up a map because also I'd like to thank our sponsors, plural. Matt, we got a new sponsor.
What?
That sounds like episode 1. Oh, we've not gone back in time. You were not in episode 1. First, of course, shout out to the guy that made this all happen for us, Corey Thomas at Dark Galaxies Gaming, where we are streaming live right now, and acting as our proxy and reaching out to the fine folks at Fantasy Grounds, whose platform we are discovering is such a delight to use, so much fun, a little bit over our heads, but we're rapidly learning and having a good time doing it. Don't roll dice unless I say so. Stop that. Your name is attached to dice roll there, Frank. I think he's trying to. He's showing the fun. He's showing the fun. And a very special shout out to someone who I am actually a fan of this guy's work. Now, there is absolutely nothing wrong with Pogs. They are the standard for a miniature on a virtual tabletop. And there's neat programs where you can make your own. You have that glorious headshot. And it bounces around the screen. That's cool. But most maps have a bird eye view, artistic, somewhat cartoony, top-down view. And this gentleman, Mr. Devin Knight, I would like to thank for sponsoring us and loaning us all of his miniature collection, as it were. Now, you can buy Devin Knight's work through Roll20, as well as through Fantasy Grounds, as well as his own website. If you type in Devin Knight, as in nighttime, N-I-G-H-T, not night as in ha-ha, that kind of night. I will drop some links in the description below. If you're listening to this later on YouTube or listening on our podcast, you will find his links there. a very, very cool artist that has all kinds of monsters and heroic adventurers, a top-down view, and you can match your hair color of your mini to whatever artwork you've chosen. You can turn them around and they actually face. Love this guy's work. I've been using him since day one, before we even started podcasting, when we first discovered some of these platforms online, playing with Ryan and Matt online when we got out of the basement. We discovered the fine work of Devon Knight. So shout out to our new sponsor, Devon Knight. Thanking the people of Fantasy Grounds. And as always, Corey, if you're listening, I really hope it says Pathfinder 2E on your channel and not something else, because this point rattling his chain. So welcome, one and all, to Dicewise Entertainment presents Hell Knight Hill, Pathfinder's 2nd edition Age of Ash campaign. And we have a little splat up here showing you, so you always know what we're playing on the left here. We've got ourselves in the middle, and as we speak, the spotlight will shift to us. Above me, we have the game board. And as I said earlier in the first episode, we are showing you what I see as the GM controlling it, so that you can actually see how amazing this platform is, how much fun it is to use, and how easy it is to use. It will get a little bit jumbled, but remember, this is not what the players see. They will be revealed items, people, images, maps, minis as I slap them down. You get to see the wonderful, assortment that DM sees. Also, we have some wonderful artwork right out of the adventure to give you the visualization. And my crew can't see this, but the Twitch stream can see the actual Citidel Alterien, built by the Chalaxian Empire, occupied once by the Hell Knights, specifically the Order of the Nail. And we trudged out there several miles east of Breach Hill, and here you are. Here we are at episode 4, ladies and gentlemen, and you are outside the front door. Now, I believe, Albrick, you had, if I can pull up my imagery here. So we talk about somebody, we go, we're about to mention someone, and just go at my little list here. And we go characters, right? Nope. Notes, images, maps. We're going to images, map. Because I am sure that if I ask it specifically for the Hell Knight Hill, then I can find someone like an NPC that we have already met, like Warble Bumblebrasher. There she is. Because at the last minute, Al asked her to come along. And she said yes.
Because I'm incredibly clever.
Because she's incredibly worried about her clan, which apparently have been sending the smoke signals, the red smoke signals, which was the last thing I mentioned last episode. Yes, gentlemen, sure enough, on the tallest upper, parapet, there's the wafting of red smoke. So, assuming that Miros has sort of, did the nod and jetted off to the north and is doing that long perimeter round just to make sure, you're doing the scout out. That leaves us 5 on the hill. The NPC Warble, who I believe I should stay here and look after your gear and horses and make camp. Some basic survival. Now, in Pathfinder 2nd edition, there's a skill set, and it's like a subset, and it's not called Sublime. Help me out here, Joe. It's called Sustain.
Yes, you are correct.
Yes,
on your second.
Right. So sustain. And you make your survival check if you're in the outdoors. You make your social check if you're in the city. And you can maintain and sustain your person, as in shelter, food, basic necessities for a certain amount of time. But we just got here. But this is what she's offering to do for you guys. So you don't have to make those rolls. She can make camp. She can keep the camp. And you guys can do little forays in and out of the dungeon. That sort of thing. That leaves us Theowen, Al, Rick, and the young priestess of Desna, the halfling cleric, Mara, and old Dulgrin. So, ladies and gentlemen, the question that everyone wants to know, as I pull up the actual map of the Citadel itself, what?
Da, 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 da.
No, really, what do you do?
Well, I think as soon as we see the map, we'll give it a gander. We'll go from there.
Well, here.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
We have...
Wink, nudge.
Boy. I mean, is there anything... Here is the actual image.
I move immediately to the part of the wall with the S partially slashed through on the DM side.
You cannot see my map that I see. I have a player's map that hiding that. Oh, did I just admit that there's an S? Screw you. Jesus,
You
Frank.
I got a 20 on me. Be perception check. You're not hiding anything from me.
Well, it's a little bit clouded, but I have a fog of war covering the interior of the map, and I will reveal it, pull back the curtain as the players get closer and closer. As I mentioned in our first episode, these red pins marking the rooms are for me, for the encounters and descriptions, all very cool. And you can see this place is pretty big, so let's assume we will pull up a party, and you guys have everybody here, including a couple of mystery people.
It's a mighty big map.
And here's our marching order. So if I've got Elbrick, I've got Muros. Oh, Muros. There we go. Drag him onto this. Another neat thing on the party sheet for the Fantasy Grounds is this is sort of a dead space for just describing you're going down a road or something. You don't have a map for it. It determines sort of a party, a marching order, as it were. Now, here's a quick chance. I do not currently have a token for Dulgrin. So if I click on his character, bring it up here, you see the portrait I got going here? There's a little space here for a token. So if I go into tokens, oh, so many tokens, thank you again, Devon Knight. I can click, see they're all headed, like it says Deities and Devils, Desert Encounters, Heroic Characters number 21. This could be a while to sort, but
there's a big bag of dwarves.
There's a big bag of dwarves. I can type dwarf in the heading, and I happen to find one with a bit of a white beard, since they keep saying how old and gray you are, and I think this suits. The hammer over his gray shoulder will say is we'll just say that happens to be your ukulele. Sorry. Oh, they actually named it for me.
You name that instrument.
No, there is a name for it.
I can't find it.
No, it's on our YouTube page. Episode 1. Someone left the name of the comment in the comments. And actually, it's an actual.
Dulcimer?
Yeah, it's a Swedish instrument. It is. It really is.
I'm not learning a Swedish accent.
No. Shout out to
Dulgrin, break out your ukulele.
shout out to my favorite Swede from the Glass Cannon podcast, Miss Eleanor De Lorenzo, who recently started following us. Maybe we could, get her on the show and tell us a little bit more about it. Hey, Troy, if you loan me or no, okay, fine. That's all right. We can learn it the hard way with Wikipedia and such. So now that I have you all here, I should be able to pull you guys down right into the map. But if I do, there won't be any sort of, shall we say, lit green combat, that type of thing. So I'm not going to use the marching formation. I'm actually going to pull up the combat tracker, and we're going to sort of delete everybody really quick. So do you guys have any questions for me while I'm just kind of doing some quick DMing stuff here about, do I have this in my person? Do you guys double check your gear?
Oh, that's kind of what I'm doing. Just making sure I've gotten.
You're looking through it. Okay. You have questions for the DM?
Not right now. No.
Not right now, really? You can't stall some airtime for me while I'm dicking around with that?
No, I was like, make sure we got some torches. It might be dark in there, but we're dwarves.
Everybody has dark vision. Do they actually speaking again of the core rulebook, because we do have a commitment here to slow our roll and teach and learn as we go. Joe, dwarves.
Yes.
Let's talk about dark vision and dwarves and halfling and low light vision and the differences, or I should say, sorry, we don't dare compare to first edition. Nothing wrong with first edition. It's fine. It's awesome. How have they decided to explain and use dark vision, low light vision, and human vision? Could you enlighten us?
Sure. For the basics of dark vision now is, like almost all the other versions of dark vision, is black and white. You get no color, but you can see in darkness up to however many feet based on your character. Low light vision is, once again, falls along the same that it has for almost every other system. allowing you to view things in low light, i.e. like moonlight or lack of sunlight-ish areas up to a certain feet. And that's about it. And then normal vision. So normal vision's normal vision. You can see. If it's dark, you can't see. You have a light source, you can see out to the end of the light source. So like a torch, 30 feet or 20 feet. Anything like that. Have I chewed up enough time now?
No, yeah. Yes, and to be professional about it, don't draw attention to what I actually had, the secret that I have here.
And hey, Jeff.
Yes, sir.
For future reference, if you double click on the little green icon there, it will select all of the friendly players.
Sorry? Down the bottom here?
Yeah. It's how you select all of one kind. Neutral, friendly.
Okay. Well, I'll let you pop in that stuff like when we're like in use, so we can explain a little better.
Yeah.
So if we could possibly once again get, for maybe for reasons unexplained. Well, I don't want to spoil it. See, this is the downside of showing everyone like behind the curtain is, we don't want to spoil anything for the audience as opposed to what's going on. So anyway, I'm just going to tuck this tracker just up in the corner here. So as I was saying, we have one all-brick stone chucker, and you'll notice that the square they occupied is actually going to be lit up green under their feet, and that indicates straight off of the combat tracker that they are friendlies to each other. So with Miros, just pull him. Miros. He's not here right now. Run off. But should be able to put him in the tracker. We know he's not AWOL. We've sent him running off to do a loop to, investigate.
Aye, we sent the young lad to go around and take a look at things.
Well, speaking of age, like I know you guys go with the haha, all dwarves look alike, but amongst yourselves, obviously Dahlgren is the oldest. The picture tells you that right off. But could you compare your guys in hundreds of years or 50 years or 60 years, whatever, just sort of the human equivalent so people have an idea?
Oh, well, I'm wee young. I'd be human equivalent of, I don't know, maybe 30, 25 or 30.
Okay. And we've got you, Albert, right here lit up. And what about you, Theowen?
Well, I'm a spry young lad, not yet jaded by life's events, even though they do call me sometimes the hard-hearted. But I'm about 30 in human years, give it or take some.
Okay.
I'm a bit long in the tooth to be starting my adventuring career this late, but hey, you know what? That man's got to earn a living before he sets out on his own, I think.
Dahlgren. I notice you still have a little damage here in the tracker. Did we manage to clean you up? No, that's right. You did some self-healing, which brought you up to the 2 hit point. Okay. Righto. Now,
Dahlgren's age, he's a bit older than everyone in the group, but he didn't start out wanting to be a hero. That came later in life. I'm about 60-ish in human years.
Okay. Well, they have you out here to not just make camp, but as a courtesy, like back at the fire, they just kind of turned to you and went, hey, old man, you were useful. You told stories at the type of thing. Have you guys locked on to the fact that this guy is knowledgeable and knows the whole town and we're dragging him along for information? You got to set him on a hill? Or do you guys want to take him right inside, risk the poor man's life?
Well, I mean, his life's no more valuable than any of ours, but I do know he likes the sound of his own voice so far.
Fair enough.
Well, that's one vote for yes. Albrecht?
I tend to agree with that myself. I mean, really, he's not that old.
So that's a yes?
Aye.
Okay. I'm assuming that two Klinsmen, can I outvote the third? So Ryan's vote is Miro's vote is redundant at the moment. As he comes crashing in.
The fact that I comment on his chest hair all the time, you know it.
Yeah, that's right. He just wants to look Good. Well, actually, if he stands next to an old guy, he might even look better. And last, but of course not least, turning to anyone, the halfling, lady cleric.
Do I believe he should come with us?
Yes,
Absolutely.
absolutely. Okay.
We could use his wisdom.
Yep.
My beautiful muse.
And his +1 shield bonus that he gives if
Exactly.
you stand behind him. All right. So, without further ado, cue the DM's first dice drop. Now, yes, I am going to use Fantasy Grounds dice just to show them off. But once in a while, for speed, agility, and because I just picked up these beautiful molten looking, look at that silver and, for the Age of Ash campaign, I buy a set of dice for every module, every campaign that we run. I have Pathfinder's Mummy's Mask. I have Pathfinder's War for the Crown. I have Pathfinder's, what's this red one? Oh, we'll talk about that later. And if they have dice for this, great. But I haven't found any yet. So went on a limb, bought some molten dice, and we have the lovely dice here. So let's talk about the dice roller. Your cursor on Fantasy Grounds is a big golden arrow, but if it covers over something that you can actually interact with, and I don't mean click on, I mean like pick up, it turns into a little golden hand. And, you can just throw dice around. This thing's very cool. Right-clicking on the dice, 2, 3, 4, 10, 20. I could actually roll multiple dice if I wished. Look at that. Look at a big pile of dice. And just drop them in the chat window there. I don't know if 81 points of damage. Does anyone care to suffer? No? Okay.
I'm good, thank you.
Arrows start firing over the wall. It's not so it's not so unoccupied.
For a new plan.
Yeah, no kidding, eh? So finding a little square that's not a map, that's the backboard, the Fantasy Grounds table, as it were. I have arranged dice. Look, click on that and they all straighten up. I have locked dice. And up here in the corner, I wanted to show off real quick, because as we touch upon these points, we will likely not come back to them. A color palette. Way up here in the corner is one of these little buttons, and I can color my dice. So since it's an Age of Ash, what if we kind of, get to the redder side of red here? Nice orangey red. Put in a little bit of dark and silver here. Sort of a burnt crimson, just to reflect the mood. We almost burned some dwarves. Actually, we burned a couple of dwarves. Several people. I'm sorry. Moment of silence for the not council member, but townsfolk that you guys lost, and then tried to haggle your way at the bloody temple that you saved most of the town. I mean, come on.
We didn't lose them. We know exactly where they were left.
Well, let's
You
just
did
say
better than anybody else did.
let's just say 6 to 10% is being generous homebrew as opposed to the 5% the adventure might promise you. So, a moment in time that first whiff, first cave, first, right there at the door. Can I have any kind of lore check that anyone has? Any kind of engineering check, any kind of social check, as the ominous building looms before you. And as I said, we've got a lovely shot of the actual Citadel over here in the side window in our video aspect.
21.
Ooh. Where do you care to start? It's history? An interesting fact? Do some enlightening?
How much depth of information is this going to give me? I only know more about architecture than anything else. I don't have lore.
Okay.
Religion.
Well, I can tell you right off that although the walls still loom and this place is very fortified, they have that weathered, cracked, you know what I mean? They're crumbling. A dwarf standing at the door, you can tell that it's weathered enough here that certain softer points inside are likely already crumbling. And to scale this wall, the DC is probably higher than normal, even with a rope, because you could be planting your foot on this wall and some of the mortar can give, the face of a brick can just peel right off, and you could end up doing that sort of face plant. Poof, makes
Little boys, I don't think we'll be climbing this one. We should go straight in.
Is there any religious implications for this building? I got a
Yeah.
knowledge religion.
The Order of the Nail, their entire order, the actual Hell Knights, are based around sidecar to the religion, the dark religion of Asmodeus. Not demon, but devil, a lawful evil, devils in the fine print, sign the contract, that kind of outlook. And the legions of hell, the way they're organized, the armies of hell, were made known to the Chelaxian people through worship of Asmodeus, and they decided to make their own elite knights based on this sort of structure. So they all venerate and respect this sort of law of evil of Asmodeus. And then each Hell Knight has an order, and the Order of the Nail, which presided here, they were sort of the chaotic good fey wildness that's encroaching on civilization. They were there to be the last barrier or the first vanguard, to beat it back. And I'm not talking about just cutting down a bunch of trees. I'm talking about, keeping a satyr population under control, and the civilians never need to know.
The fairy hunters.
Something like that. Yeah, very close. Anyway, it's not like a xenophobic kind of thing. Like I said, it all borders on this law, might makes right, and evil tenets, all going back to the religion of Asmodeus. So I know it seems like I'm stretching a bit here, but when the Hell Knights hang their banner, okay, worship happens within the structure of some kind. Clerics of Asmodeus follow Hell Knights. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
There is likely an altar in here to Asmodeus. So the place automatically has a bit of an ominous or a dark feel to it. Elbrick, Stonechucker.
Aye.
With your religion of 9?
I know nothing.
No, it's what I said, but a very, not very specific. Hell Knights equals the devil equals place is bad. Best to clean it out, that kind of thing.
Right.
Mara,
Yes.
you've got a Lore of Dahak skill check lit up here.
Yes.
Now, Dahak is an actual demonic dragon god of ancient times. We're going back countless thousands of years. And he's one of those suckers that really can't sort of come over, would have to sort of avatar his way over, that type of thing. But this being is formed in the image, is an actual dragon itself. It's a dragon god. It perceives itself to be draconic, and it is all about great big fiery storm of destruction, wreaking havoc on the other god's plaything, which is Galorian. This being would love nothing else. And it's not the Ragagog thing where it's like, I will just crush the planet and there'll be nothing left. This draconic god loves the sort of scorching line. Last 2 episodes of Game of Thrones, just revels in the chaos and destruction and this sort of, and the fire starts at the top and I will watch it burn right to the ground kind of aspect of destruction, as opposed to like a brutal annihilation. You follow me?
Yes.
Does it apply to this structure? Not that you know.
Okay.
But one of the actual backgrounds in the player's guide gives you this lore. Doesn't seem to come into play at a glance.
Okay.
Okay.
You asked for a lore check, so.
Yeah, no, you just dig it up. Yeah. So that brings us to another interesting thing in the Pathfinder 2nd edition. They have a recall knowledge. And this is neat because you can use it more on knowledge checks. If you're watching a rogue do awesome backflips across a roof and you have the acrobatic skill trained, you could gauge his skill level with a recall action. Going, wow, that guy is, they do it in anime all the time. Oh my God, he fiercely punched the wall and 3 people on their side of a wall exploded. He must be like, they have a knowledge of what the guy is doing and are that much more amazed of the impact of the guy's skill level because they are trained somewhat in themselves. So for yourself, even if you're actually untrained in knowledge skill, there is a smattering of knowledge. If you're not untrained in medicine, you can do a recall check. Ask me for a recall check and a light DC, or depending on how we set it up, you can actually have a cursory. Oh, blood is coming out. That is bad. Maybe we should try to stop that with pushing pressure, or that kind of thing. No, even untrained, they don't just sit there going, we don't have a cleric. What do we do? Not being trained doesn't mean you don't absolutely nothing.
Yes.
Everyone has sort of a worldly view in this.
A general level of knowledge.
Yeah, which you guys can use with the recall feature, or I want to say skill, but it's not. It's an action that you can, it's set in the beginning skills, and a bit of a change in the rule set that I want to draw attention to. So, with this place looming above you, with Dahlgren talking about the structure's integrity, with Mara musing about her training out of the schools and clergy of Desna, but an interest in a very old world demonic, draconic god that's related to fire and burning. Perhaps the fire that you witnessed and the dreams you're having, just keep this in the forefront of your mind. Theowen, Miros can look after himself, and he will sniff you guys out. So you don't necessarily have to wait at the front door. What do you guys want to do?
Well, I think the best thing to do is to try to move up to that door and give a listen. Do I notice any signs of activity? Does it look like it's a heavily used door?
Right. So perception all around, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I've already established an episode ago that the proverbial smoke is wafting off the top.
25.
22.
I got a 23.
Okay. So we can play this two ways. If you guys like, if I ask for a group skill check, I could start at the bottom. Then as we work our way higher up in the numbers, calling out your names, I'll embellish more on said knowledge and try not to meta that, unless you guys instantly just have a policy of like, I tell them, or you might kind of like, oh, I'll keep that last one to myself, DM. That's up to you guys. But I'm assuming. Sorry?
Kind of in my head, as you relay, you see tracks of this, you see a broken door handle. That's kind of the character kind of relaying that to the rest of the group.
Yes.
So the lower scores would kind of be shined on and just giving with the higher score. If we have time to relay that information, I think we would.
Sure.
Almost automatically.
Yep. I can skip to the good stuff unless something, is maybe obviously sensitive. We'll give the player that choice. Yeah. So with our highest of 22, 23, 25, 18, they're all pretty bunched close together, but those breaching 20, three things are very obvious. First of all, somebody lives here. Now, she told you that Brumblebrasher clan lives here, and there's smoke, just like she warned, coming off a top. Second, the best way in is this door. Has it seen use? Yes. However, the entire place, and something like an actual attachment, like furniture, a doorway, or whatever, really tells the story of how it's fallen into disuse, how it's fallen into disrepair. So, going back one last time. The structure rises from the hilltop. It's a looming structure. It's crumbling stone that you guys would guess from the inside and what the telltale on the outside, and still it has its imposing battlements. The verdant nature is reclaiming the site. So even though the map is nice and clean with not a lot of grass, like it is really encroaching. And what do we know about Order of the Nail? They'd push that crap back. Plants, creatures, you know what I mean? The time is starting to come back. As I said, plumes of smoke, which Ambassador Wardbell believes, and she's like over there on the hill where she left your stuff, going like waving, go in the door, go up to the top, that kind of thing. Rising from the roof of the keep's central tower is plumes of smoke. Obviously, Citidel Alterien, the infamous former home of Order of the Nail Hell Knights, has pretty much fallen into disuse and ruin. The gate-like doors in the center of the keep not only look in disrepair, they actually hang open, ajar, Eowyn. So even though the map doesn't indicate that they're open, they're just sitting there. Not completely, like ajar as in like they've popped. There's the proverbial one guy can walk easily through, as opposed to like a wagon or a horse with them being wide open.
time
All
of
right,
day is
so-
it? Just out of curiosity.
Time did
Like,
you guys get up? You guys remember you did the cleric thing, you bedded down, brand new day. I mean, Rob could even give himself a brand new first thing in the morning medicine check if he wants to clear up those hit points.
Awesome.
Well, I mean, we are brewers and dwarves and drinkers.
Well, what's the
after all.
distance? How far did
2
we have
miles.
to go to get 2 miles? Oh, so it's not far at all.
No.
Okay.
I'd
So
say it's in the
early?
morning. Yeah.
Yeah,
You guys start your day at the 6 to 8. You're here walking 2 miles. It's the 9 to 11 a.m. 6
6 to 8
Yeah, you never went to
Right.
bed. You're up at night all drinking.
odds. That's an unholy hour. It's noon, 2, 3 o'clock.
Right.
Any
so-
good, nothing interesting happens before 6 p.m.
Okay. Sure. Theo and holding you guys back. You get up at the crack of noon. It's like 2 o'clock.
Fair enough. Boots to the door.
All right.
All right, so sneak up real sneaky like, right?
Sure. Let's talk
Using
about
our best
let's talk about
using our-
stealth.
dwarven
It's a hidden check now that I get to roll. Watch this. It's so hidden. Look, I'm not even looking down, Frank. These are hidden from me. These rolls are stealthy as all get out. 3 conditions. Let's say somebody's watching you. You guys are out in the open at the front door. They saw you coming. You are observed, right? Let's say there's somebody inside listening and can hear you guys talking outside. You are hidden from them. They know you're there, but they can't see you because you have cover. You are considered hidden. Let's say nobody inside has any idea that you guys have arrived. You guys are unobserved. Forget the last one. Undetected.
Yep. There we go.
Undetected.
You see, you don't even need me, man.
Sorry.
We always
get you
need
back.
you, Joe.
Yeah. I might have read a couple things like an hour before we started.
All right. Well, if I'm kicking things off, I'm going to start moving forward.
Go right ahead. You should have control of your minis.
10, 15.
Yep.
I've got my app out.
All
And
right.
I'm listening as I move up. Do I hear the sound of alert?
Now, you said you want to do the proverbial listen at the door. Okay. So, battered reinforced doors hang ajar from this main entrance to Citidel Alterien. Once the headquarters of the Hell Knight Order of the Nail. Above the door frame, a tarnished seal depicting a sunburst made of nails stands out in relief against the keep's stonework. Under the seal of runes, a worn but clear line of carved text. And this is where I get to show off a really, really cool part of this Fantasy Grounds platform. I am going to, now we'll see if the audience can see this here. See how my language is popping up? I'm going to pick this language that it's in, and I'm going to type into the chat as I move the chat here. One moment, please. Come on. Move the chat window. I want to move. Oh, I got my dice in the way. What do I get for being excited about it? There we go. Moving the chat window. Typing this message into the chat. The audience will see it come up in this language, and if you guys don't speak it on your character sheet, it's not listed in your character sheet, you'll just see runes, gobbledygook. If you do, you can read it, which is kind of neat. Now, obviously, I'll ask who can read this, but that kind of gives it away. So just this once, I want you guys to to humor me a little bit, and I'm going to type in the message. Frank, can you tell me what languages on the whole that you speak?
Surely. I speak the only 2 that really count. The common tongue and dwarven.
Okay. If you want to zoom in on your windows here, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if you can see this or not. But I've written, if you look at our sub window on the other side here, where I've zoomed in on the actual dice rolls to help with this kind of thing, I've written in English what the message is. Then, my window here doesn't. Come on. Come on. And I hit enter. And this is what you guys actually see. So it does a big chat bubble and goes runes in a very specific language.
That's cool.
And then it tells me understood by, and there's no one there. So I guess no one. However, I will allow a society check or perhaps a religion check at different DCs to say, I'm pretty sure I know what that is. Like, I don't speak Japanese, but I understand Asian caricatures when I see them.
6 for
Gobbledygook it is.
We'll call it the numbers, guys.
7.
6.
Yeah.
Theon got a 7.
Okay.
That looks like Dirty Goblin to me.
Yeah, maybe.
We all agree, though. That's the best part.
Well, there's something you can agree on. You guys give me an intelligence check. Who built this place? What language would they have scrolled on the front if it's a Hell Knight order?
5.
It says in Celestial, stay away if you have wings, right? That's exactly, you're pretty sure.
21 with a natural 20.
Okay.
Nice.
So I'm going to hear a little bit. Dahlgren, if you check the chat, let you know. Oh, slick light, so it can actually come out as your character in the Zoom chat.
Oh, Zoom chat, sorry. Many chats going on here. Here we go. Where'd my Zoom chat go?
Yes, but this is
infernal. That bloody language is infernal. I recognize the shape of the top there in the bottom.
Well, that would seem to make sense.
Chillax, you bastards.
Quick, let's move in and make ourselves known.
All right. Sorry, Frank. You asked me a question I had yet to answer because when you got really close and you're just kind of scanning the door, make sure it doesn't fall on you, you notice the letters and you're staring at them, and Dahlgren kind of points and lets you know.
Okay.
What was your initial perception coming in? Give me a new one.
I think it was 25.
Oh, that's right. You guys were taking it all in. Yeah, right. You want to move stealthily, so I'm going to run off the stealth check I have for you here. You want to slip closer, and I will ask for a perception for something else.
Okay. Let me crack open my character sheet. I'll move down to skills. Well, nope, that's wrong.
What are you guys doing? You guys are just standing out in the open, prepping spells, anything? Here
we go.
What do you got?
20.
20. If you move the doors, it's obvious that the rust and dents around the door's hinges will make a lot of noise if you shove the door open as opposed to slipping in.
Okay. Is it wide enough to slip in? You said they were ajar, but I didn't really get a good sense of how wide open they were.
Well, we can go with an acrobatic escape as opposed you want to wiggle in, or like I said, you're just trying to be quiet as not to brush the door and make noise or to push them. The new stealth check. You should be able to come in. All
right. So what I'll do is I'll move up to there. I'll give that door a hard shove. Turn back to the guys behind me as the door makes this hellish noise. The door seems to be open.
Okay, which door? South or north?
This one.
Close one to you on the south there? Okay. All right. So.
What do I see inside said room?
You see 4, 5, several canine-like creatures with rat-like faces over-incised incisors lounging about, half awake, half asleep. And then all of a sudden, when you jolt a door, you ever do that with a cat and a dog in the room, and they're on the tiles of your like kitchen. You hear that scrape, scrape, scrape of their claw as they just kind of like, you make them sort of flip over. Huh?
I'll kind of nod my head knowingly, looking back. Hey, they've got dogs. Ready my act.
All right. So, dropping the encounter from the foyer right into the combat tracker. Unsure if these are friendly dogs or not. I'm going to quickly ask the last skill you used. Its number. Albric, I believe it was a perception, yeah?
The last skill I used was perception, and I got a 20.
Okay. Oops. Theowen? I mean, sorry, Albric. Sorry, Al.
Perception 18.
Because you're kind of standing there waiting. Dahlgren? 25?
Intelligence 21.
Mara?
Religion 7.
Oh, it's any skill? I thought it was only one from the Okay, yeah.
Well, actually, it should be from the exploration mode list.
Yeah.
But if you're standing there pondering
Okay.
something at the last moment, I would still use your knowledge religion. It's fine.
Okay, well then it would be an intelligence check of 5 for me.
Yeah, it wasn't actually a skill. You were just kind of like all up in your brain, but that makes sense.
Well, my last perception check was 22.
Help us out here, Joe. Is it the last like book skill you were using in encounter mode, or is it just literally the last thing you did, whether I called for like intelligence or whatever?
It's the last skill you used.
Yeah. So Mara's religion of 7, because Dahlgren's, everyone's pointing at the words, right?
6 for religion for me.
Okay. Yeah, because if you roll it, then it just that shifts your mental focus to like, this is what I'm doing. We'll say Miro. Bottom with 1, and sorry, Theon, what did you have? Was your last one? 20, right?
20.
Yeah. Okay. This has rolled for them. So at 22, the creatures become alert and get up and look, just shocked, disturbed, not impressed that you've made a lot of noise. They don't move. They do stand, and they just kind of do that low warning growl and hold their positions. I will reveal them. So now by clicking on them here on the combat tracker, they've popped up sort of invisibly on the map. Hit the eyeball here, and I'm right-clicking, hitting eyeballs, eyeball markers, and now you guys should all see them. And they're red. They look hostile. But that doesn't necessarily mean you got to fight them. Lots of choices. You could run. You could close a door. You're a ranger, or even, remember how we talked about all the skills overlap now? Anyone can pick a lock? Remember that ranger skill? Nice, kitty. Good, kitty. Anybody could do that.
Or you could open fire.
Or you can open fire. Kill them all. So I'm setting the round to round 1. Old man is definitely putting a slant on this encounter. And I've gone through them. Now as I come down to Dahlgren, it actually lights him up underneath his feet here with a bit of a white, selecting him as it's his turn.
I pulled and load my crossbow.
Okay.
That's 2 actions, correct?
Yep.
2 chevrons.
1 to pull it, 1 to load it.
And then I go. A free action. I say Theowen. I recognize him as the leader, so Theowen.
Yeah.
Like a motion with the crossbow. Like, are we open fire? Like,
Let me try something real quick.
good enough.
Okay. Theo, and it's actually your go. And Mara, you're on deck. Get ready.
So I
Okay.
think I will.
Just saying. It's so you're, prepping.
I don't know how this works. I don't have animal handling or anything like that, but I'm just going to point at them and shout, "Sit!"
Well,
If they're trained,
That's
That
like
should-
the kitty style.
yeah. Sorry, what'd you say there, Frank?
I said if they're like part of the troops' dogs, because this was an inhabited place, they should know some basic command. I mean, even though we may
Yeah.
be, who knows?
We're here to stop the sorry. Sorry, it's been 2 long years now. It's to save the Goblin tribe, not stop the Goblin tribe.
We're here to murder. Oh God, I mean, save.
Yeah,
Oh,
sorry. Well,
I have no idea how that works.
it's called Command an Animal. Joe?
Yes, and that is on lovely page 249 out of the massive Bible. It is,
The new
It's
Bible.
actually under the nature skill.
but it you can use it untrained,
Yep.
Okay.
and
That
it
works out well for me so far.
yeah. So right, so once again, it'll just be a nature skill check, and then roll away and see what happens.
Oh, I'm super good at this. Watch. 19. Ha!
All right.
My natural dwarven aptitude of +1. I don't know what this will do. Or either it'll work or we'll kill them.
You're trying to shift their attitude, which I believe this roll goes against the creature's personal DC,
Yes.
right? So if I'm to, apologies, I didn't put up her. I just gotta pull up my bestiary. But chances are, like a low DC is 10, low wisdoms or actions, low creature. We're probably talking 11 to 15 tops. So, kick open the door. They have dogs. Instant reaction got you covered. Load crossbow. Back to you. It's your turn. Let me try something, and you just fill the doorway. Tell them to sit and stay.
Yep.
Okay. So sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, Jeff.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, basically, he just needs to, because he's issuing a command,
Mhm.
which is what command animal is. Your DC is the animal's will DC. That's what he has to beat.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
That's if you have a good attitude towards you. If they have an indifferent attitude, then you get to change your DC.
So is it by 2 or by 5 every?
2 for every step.
So we're either indifferent or hostile. And now, just for an example, like, we shouldn't spoil so much, but we are trying to learn. So, like, out of the gate, first creature, okay, this thing has a will of +5. So with the base of 10, its DC is 15 if it's indifferent. If it's hostile, 17. If it's really pissed and already attacking you, 19. And he basically just, hey, puppy. That's Theowen.
But if you want the sub rule on that, you automatically fail if the animal is hostile or unfriendly to you.
Oh,
period.
really? Interesting.
So-
Thanks.
No,
Thanks.
hang on.
Help.
Hang on. Now, I'm pulling this out of the adventure. So it's like the PCs have this interesting chance, and then we're backing it in the core. It's not like I just went off and went, "Oh, look, there's something you can do in the the core book or whatever." So don't get all riled up on the Joe blame Jeff train here, guys. You do have a shot at this. I mean, you can get +2 if you want to give them food. You can use the command action on them. They are considered indifferent. So, yep, from hostile to indifferent or indifferent to friendly.
Nice.
Offer a morsel, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so like you said, they're not wild creatures. I see what Joe is saying. It's not like they're wild creatures and they're hostile. It's like, this ain't going to happen. Here, bear, take food. And it takes your hand. Like, I get that. That's what he means. These, you took an educated guess. These are probably belong to the Brumblebrasher. They're used to being fed, treated harshly, and disciplined. And they just, you suck it up, you command them, and they, okay. Mara, it's your go. Albrecht, you're on deck. Miros, 'tis taking his time. Lady of Desna, what do you want to do?
Yes, I want to move up.
Okay, go right ahead. Do you have control?
I'm trying. Nope.
No? Okay. I'll scoot you along there. You want to come right up to the door?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This door that you're in front of is not open. It gives you cover, but you can kind of peek around. The dwarf is, shall we say, in the doorway to make his presence known, if that's all right, Frank. Kind of scoot you in there.
Yeah.
Okay, so you were back here, 5, 10, 15, 20. What do you want to do? Fall in behind him?
Sure.
Do a double move?
I have a speed of 25.
Yep. So 25 would put you right behind the dwarf. That's one
Okay.
action. You have 2 actions left. What do you want to do?
Move.
Okay. Move
Tell
more?
him to move. No, tell him to move.
Okay, well, if you wait on him, then you're going to basically burn the round. Waiting, come back to him. Is there anything else you want to do while standing there besides poking him?
Nope.
No, prep spell, load weapon, anything? No, you're good?
Well, I'll get my sling out.
Yep.
Can she sneak around him?
She can go through
Like,
him as a
slip
friendly.
past him?
Yeah, she can go through him as a friendly. But like I said, she's interested in just making him move in.
Fair enough.
We don't want it to look like the dwarf is offering the halfling as that morsel of food I talked about earlier. Here, eat this. Eat this. You'll be fine. Okay.
But she's so scrumptious.
Yes. Big Al. Al the Sorcerer. Albrecht
I-
Stonechugger. Legendary. Nah, you're not really legendary first level. Must
I'll
be,
just kind
must be
of
different.
looks
It's
kind of looks
his
back
own
at
man.
Dahlgren.
Sorry?
I'll just kind of looks back at Dahlgren. I don't know. Kind of sounds like it worked.
Frightening, isn't it?
Oh yeah, we hear
Go
the
on.
you guys hear the whining, yeah.
Go on. Did they sit?
Well, they're half sit, half look. If I had some food, I'd throw it, but I don't have anything in hand right now but my axe.
Okay. So you just want to wait it out there, Al?
I'll move up to the closed door, take position in beside, peek in a little bit,
Okay. Is that it?
and have a look.
They are not sitting. However, their heads are really low, their tails are down, and they're just kind of leaned back on their haunches, and they look, wary. They're not growling anymore. They're kind of whining.
Waiting for something.
Hmm. They've been bad, and they know it. So, Albrecht Miros is on his merry way, and I've got him out in the woods, just traveling the wilderness, doing my job. So back to them. They back off. They proverbially put the little bit of distance between them and the bad dwarf in the doorway there. Bringing us back to Dahlgren with his loaded crossbow and a whole bunch of people crammed in the doorway.
I'm going to go like this. Make my way to there.
Okay. Could you, for the podcast in an audio-only aspect?
Of course. I'm going to move forward past my cluster of friends and move to the right of the doorway to get a better view of the scene.
Okay, so through the halfling, through the dwarf, taking a step to the right and in. What do we see? Well, since everyone's had the proverbial peek now, we'll just get right into the... Oh, this is interesting. Battered, and I mean several, and I mean very, very battered and rusted, pieces of Hell Knight armor adorn sort of the stick figure stands and line both walls to the north and to the south, even around the arrow slits. You guys see those wide on the inside and narrow on the outside openings shoot arrows out of. And we're talking 2, 4, 6, 7 pieces of armor on the left and 7 suits rattered and tattered right. 2 doors on the back wall. Where you guys come in, there is sort of a choke bottleneck floor, because on your right and on your left, it's sort of a step up to these platforms, probably to accommodate the archers, just to get them on a higher level, so they're not shooting right at ground level.
So the blood flips out the door.
Yeah. But this place does not look like it would accommodate horses or anything coming in here, or this could be a place where they could just unload a horse and then take it back out and around, because there's just a man-sized door to the right and a man-sized door to the left, both on the west or back wall. Our creatures, canine creatures, one at the top of the map, one at the bottom, one on the back wall, are just sort of cowering at the moment, looking unsure. Joe, can you talk about identifying a creature using knowledge checks? Does it work the same old way?
Along the same old way. It's just based on the type of creature is both then relates to the type of skill check.
Okay. So,
Meaning, if it's magical creature, if it's divine in nature, then it's a religion. If it's archaic, then it's arcana.
yeah, this is a nasty creature, but is naturally occurring. So it would be a nature knowledge check, gentlemen. Recalling if you know what these things are. Logically, goblins. It's a dog. Maybe it's a goblin dog. But to know for sure, anyone cares?
12.
Yeah, I got a 4 on my knowledge nature to identify what it is.
Yeah,
Okay.
me
Kitty.
too. 4. We know the same. Haven't seen too many of these suckers in the mountains.
Yeah, they have a very rat-like looking head with great big, huge, ratty teeth. It looks like a giant rat head on a dog's body with not a lot of hair on it at all. This does not look like a dog. So you're kind of doubting the, Dahlgren, yes, these are goblin dogs. So, with Dahlgren slipping in, any other actions there, Dahlgren?
No, I'm gonna lay in wait.
Okay. Dylan, holding the door.
All right, they look like they've been put in their place.
Mm-hmm.
Clearly, these animals are no wild creature. I will, with a free hand, reach back into my, kind of belt pouch, pull out a little bit of trail ration, and throw it off to the corner,
Okay.
kind of away from Dahlgren, towards the knights. Say, you're not such a bad dog. Here, snack up and fuck off.
I believe that the dwarven term is fook. Yeah. Okay.
Hey, Jeff, should your fog of war not let us see a little bit more of the room now?
That is the room.
That's the whole room? Okay.
Yeah, you
Yep.
see the two
I
doors
thought
in the back.
room is
There they are.
I'll hang on. Let me just peel the wall a bit. See? There you go. Look
Ah,
better?
that's better.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
better. It's a
Sorry,
little
I
confused.
gave you like to the wall as opposed to showing you the depth of the wall with the doors. So there you go.
I won't pretend I know how thick it is.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
I'll give a quick whistle as I throw it. Hey.
Yeah. Rob, I will get you to kind of trigger on the mute there. Your mic's reverbing again. Okay, so toss the meat. Are you heading in the room? Or are you covering the door?
Yeah, I'll take a couple steps in.
Okay.
So,
Yep.
not up on what looks to be like a little bit of a raised, I don't want to say dais.
Yep.
Where the arms are, but I'll kind of chuck it up onto that thing. Give
Sure.
a little whistle.
Yeah. No, he goes for it.
Okay.
So another one comes right over. Yeah. No, you start throwing food and... Sorry, I shouldn't move them till it's their turn. They could turn on you at any moment. Mara.
Come in?
You don't have control of your mini, eh?
No.
Hmm.
No, well, let me move her.
I do.
Oh.
Haha. Sorry.
He just swept.
What's
Just
your bad?
throw Mara to the dogs. Okay,
Yeah.
here we go. So, where do you want to go? This is good. You could describe for the audio podcast aspect where you want to, this is a good thing. It'll help.
I want to come in against the wall so I can see whether or not there's a water trough or something for these dogs.
Okay, so you want to step in the room. Do you want to climb up onto the platform, left or right?
Sure. Yep.
Okay, bottom left, where he's throwing meat, or the other one?
Right where I am.
Okay. So you just come up here and you want to hug the wall. Oops. What will you do here? Okay. You start coming along. Do. You get close to the piece. You get close to the armor. And this is definitely Hell Knight armor. And they are not destroyed. And
Okay.
they are all different. But they all have a similarity in the age, the style, the fashion of whatever time period they're from. And obviously they have certain insignia or carved shoulder pads. So like the Order of the Nail, blah, blah, blah. can I have a perception check though while you're looking? You can't help but notice this gaudy skull Punisher looking armor. I mean, it just it's something. Let me show you here. This is the old school.
Oh, cool.
This is the old school
That's
armor.
cool.
I actually pulled up like ye old armor as well as like ye new armor, which you'll see soon enough. Like, you know, instead
Perception
of
of 24.
okay. There's like a shin guard intact on one piece, a gauntlet in another piece. You know. Salvageable, sellable, assemblable meat, but no sign of a water trough. Perceiving around and taking note will burn your chevrons. Burn your actions. I shouldn't make up words that are not in that book. I'm allowed to make up words in human language, and I'm allowed to make up words in my story, so there, Joe. But I will not try. We are trying to use the new terminology that is in the new player's handbook. Albrecht, you're up, sir.
Right. So I'll follow suit, head inside,
Okay.
take a stance beside Theowen, and do the same thing he did. Reach into my pack, pull out a bit of trail ration, and I'll chuck it up towards the one to the north.
Okay. Yeah, you guys start waving food about. Like two go for his and just start fighting over it, and there's because it's their turn after yours. Miros is abroad. You know, they're just meat snacks. You know, they go right for it.
Sweet.
It barely hits the ground. They're on it. And these little buggers move fast. Quadrupeds. They even might so much as like try to move in within their 40-foot move, pick it up, and then back off a bit to eat. These two are down here fighting with it. Dahlgren.
Yes.
These guys are rookies. They came in, they made a lot of noise. You know, you got a little bit of nice sort of post up on the wall tactic from their leader. And now the sorcerer, taking everything just like we've cleared the room, comes in and stands right in front of you. Buggering any shot you have to overwatch this room.
I am going to move north up onto that little step there.
Okay.
Oh, I can.
See if I can zoom in on. Like it looks big on my one screen, but I forget like on the proverbial screen of everythingness. It probably still looks a little small. Okay. Try to leave your guy in a square. And also, if you click over your mini and just pull your scroll wheel on your mouse, you can turn them around, see? And this, not that facing is a big thing in this game at the moment that I know of. Joe, is facing relevant in this game? In this rule set? Or this is just a fun feature?
It's not really important.
Like, obviously, if he's staring at a wall, it might have a perception check for something coming behind him that the DM can rule, but you know what I'm saying? Like, they haven't...
But for us, the way that we're used to playing, you should still have facing as an important part to get used to.
Yep. Should be. So you're up on the ledge, around the dog, and close to that one door. What are you doing up there, Dahlgren? Rob?
You're muted, Rob.
I asked him, but...
No, the problem is I usually use the space bar to open it, and I was on the wrong screen because I moved my mini. Say, Owen, you done playing with your puppies? Can we take a look further in? And I motion with my crossbow towards the door.
Hey, open your door. One thing at a time.
Fair enough. I'll wait on your word.
The word is given, he said.
I motion again for someone else to open the door.
I'm confused.
Dahlgren is not going first.
Oh, I get it. You're up. Okay, you're covering. I got it. Right. Sorry.
I got the crossbow. I got your back.
Who be brave enough? Anyone?
Albrecht?
I'll drop the turnover order. These things, seem fairly docile. I'm going to go to the combat tracker, and just so these guys aren't so paranoid, I'll even be so much as like I turn this guy. Turn them.
So just to kind of reiterate, the armors that are up in the corners here they look like that picture you showed us, because that's pretty sick.
That is pretty sick.
That's something that I pulled off the net that looks like Hell Knight armor, which is officially Hell Knight armor, but it's sort of like a ye old, you know. So I went with the dated looking stuff as opposed to the Punisher looking new stuff.
I was gonna say, 'cause I will totally be scrounging that if that's what it looks like. Is there usable pieces? Are these like 7 sets of plate right there?
14 pieces, 14 suits of full plate that are practically destroyed. If you want to play Cobble Patch Piecemeal, might take you a while, but possibly. You want to go over and have a perception, have a good look here?
Well, and I'll help him out on that for sure.
Mara wants to find a helmet.
Suggesting we swap.
Everyone just looks
right
over at
now.
Dahlgren and we're just like, what are you doing, man? We've already even searched the room.
Oh,
We've already scored our loot. We could bag right now and call it good.
all right. So,
But yeah, I'll move up to.
it's describing this picture. Okay, there's the old. I want to say conquistador, but it's the full bucket helm. Only it's egg shaped with the big sort of T cross split to see and breathe through. And it's got fins on the top. And then you always have a helm, the Viking helm that's horned. There's always the one guy, looks like the bull with the horns are turned down and out and come around to the chin, right? Lots of flanges, almost scale looking on this black glossary armor. And the entire chest plate is not just a skull, but like it looks like it's filigreed with old rotting teeth. It looks like a lich with the bare nose. You know, it's not the cool Punisher skull. And instead of it being the skull being up in the chest area, it's the teeth are where the belly are. The eyes are like lower than the sort of pecs. And this thing just drips with sort of an old school badassness, as best I can say. Theo.
Oh yeah, 24 on my perception check.
Yeah, if somebody leaves you in this room for 10 minutes to an hour, you're going to have yourself a full set of plate mail, minus the helmet that's halfling stuff.
All right, just saying.
Oh, well, if it's got spikes and stuff on it, I don't want it.
Oh,
And on our way out, we're taking this.
if you Google Hell Knight armor and look for that, like there's an actual Cheliax book.
What are you wearing for armor now?
You know, they're all personalized. There isn't a generic type of armor for them, but they all have a very certain aspect that anyone goes, that guy's a Hell Knight, that guy's a Hell Knight. But the armors themselves are very individualized. Even way back then.
I'm pretty decently kitted right now. I've got scale mail and a wooden shield. I mean, granted, it's not cool as plate, but that's why I say we may grab it on the way out.
I'm sorry. Did I say plate? I misspoke. I meant full plate.
Yeah, I've got 30 minutes to kill. Quick, get this shit off of me.
No, seriously, like I would help him with it for sure. I would.
Yeah, no. I'll kid out if we've got time.
Oh my god!
Absolutely.
Take
Right
your time.
now.
I'll watch the doors.
If something pops through that door, shoot it.
Now, medium armor fits medium creatures, but you're a dwarf. The arms are stockier, so it's like
Dwarves are medium in this, eh?
Yeah, dwarves are medium. It's medium armor, but you are a dwarf, much stockier and shorter than Bob, the 6-foot lean Hell Knight. So you just imagine like the chest plate coming, like also coming down to his thighs, like serving as the cross piece. You know, he's gonna look like a kid in a barrel. You know, he's gonna look badass.
It's amazing.
He's
He's gonna be an amazing barrel,
I'm gonna look like little.
and a
thick
barrel
arms.
who's gonna be so much
Pumpkin.
more willing to go first.
That's right. Oh, I see what you're saying. I don't care. Get that on me right now.
Now, the small creature, the halfling, with this great big helmet that like sits on your shoulders. Oh, it'd be great. You'd be like,
Too dark. It's too dark for her.
yeah. You just imagine a little halfling cleric coming up.
I was looking for a bowl to give the dogs some water. And if this isn't going to work, I will create one with prestidigitation.
Oh, okay. You can use a helmet as a
Take
bowl.
off my
I'll
helmet.
put water
flip
in
off
it.
my helmet, like not even a second thought. There's your dog bowl, and screw this giant horned monstrosity on.
Yeah, that's you can give a little bit of water and yep.
Aye, lad, it looks good on you.
You can imagine
It's-
the next crew that comes through here, the council sends, and they find, oh, it's Theoden's helmet. That's all the people do is find helmets. Remember the fire? Remember Maggie found the poor guy's helmet, the lone hero? Now they're gonna come in here, they're gonna find dogs like licking the brain. They think it's water. It's water, but it looks like you're licking, getting that inside of the dwarven scalp from the helmet, just in there just licking away. How bad does that look? How bad does that look walking in and a bunch of goblin dogs are like licking the inside of a dwarven helmet, like every last drop? They left nothing. Oh my god. There's a picture
That's
for
brilliant.
you. Oh. Anyway.
Yes.
I dare say.
So I'll go to the other wall and try and find pieces that'll fit them.
I'm not kidding. It's listed as treasure. Not less than 10 minutes scrounging around the toppled dented suits of Hell Knight plate, you can assemble a suit of shoddy full plate that superficially resembles Hell Knight plate. The pieces are mismatched and worn, like, broken down and worn out. And the style, like I said earlier, is completely outdated. And yeah, you're not fooling any real Hell Knight, obviously.
We're not trying to fool a Hell Knight.
Oh,
we're
come
trying
on.
to put it. We're trying to kit him out in some full plate.
A little short for a stormtrooper, aren't you? All right.
Wrong game.
Wrong game. Yeah, I was
But
just thinking that.
I will give you. I'll give you this, Theon. Okay, it does give you a +2 circumstance bonus on deception to pretend to anybody else that you're a Hell Knight of the Order of the Nail.
Me, I know what I'm doing.
We've returned. Oh my god.
We're not
Okay.
leaving
Well,
till it-
I do have good
Oh,
news. Okay.
Go
Dahlgren, fighting's not always the answer. You guys do get experience points as if you had defeated the goblin dogs
Woo.
in combat. I really like that system where they actually go, by the way, diplomacy can still get you the win. All right. So
Not like I'm a warmonger or anything. I was just watching your backs.
no, just using you as an example.
I was waiting for one of them to go charging in.
Yeah. So if I just happen to pull up Theoden's character sheet and go to his inventory like this, and then go into items and pick armor, and we'll just do a nice little drag here, and there we go, buddy. There's full plate, boink, on your character. Care to put it on?
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on. Why does it say level 2? Joe? I'm afraid I might have done something terrible.
Wait. Are there level requirements for gear in this?
It says heavy armor, splint mail level 1, half plate level 1, full plate level 2. Level 2 of what? Wearing armor? Are you trained in heavy armor?
All armor.
Yeah.
So sorry, what was the question?
I'm looking in armor. I want to give him some generic full plate.
All right.
All the armors, no, I'm not talking magical armor. It just, all the armors are listed here thanks to, once again, thank you to the people of Fantasy Grounds for sponsoring us and giving us a core rulebook that we can use directly in Fantasy Grounds. No armor, explorer's clothing, padded armor, all the way down the list to medium, heavy armor, split mail, and then in brackets it says level 1.
Okay.
It says it's composite and clumsy. Then it says half plate, level 1. It's plate. Then it says full plate, level 2. And in description it says plate, and it says traits, bulwark.
Okay. So you want the?
I'd like you to get on that.
I will.
We can continue on. You get on that right now. We need to know if he needs to be level 2 something or level 2 trained to wear this. Anyway.
Page 274.
Yeah. So if you want to click on this full plate, Frank, are you actually wearing armor? I don't even see anything.
Oh, I just deleted scale because I was swapping armor out.
Oh, well, you still have it.
Could have sold that.
Yeah. Do you want to?
Well, I can't carry it. It puts me over
Drop it on the ground.
No, let's
Oh.
say if anybody wants to pick it up.
Well, somebody else can pick it up
Yeah.
and sell
I'll
it
pick it
later.
up. I'll pick it up.
Okay. So
Just leave it right here.
on
Hanging
your,
on the rack.
Frank, on your character sheet here, your items listed, some have a little pouch, some have a t-shirt, and one's carried, one's equipped. So clicking on this, turning it to the t-shirt, now you've equipped. Oh, he's clicking through it. There you go. Now you've
There we
equipped it, as in like you're wearing it.
Carry it out to the door. Scream at Warble.
And his armor class
Oh,
goes up to
Oi,
20.
Come get this. Put it with our stuff.
a +6 armor, and it takes them up to 20.
Oh yeah, level 1, AC 20.
I'm a tank.
All right.
You can only move 10 feet at a time, but you're a tank.
Yeah, we're gonna assume that this does something to your movement. 20 probably becomes 15. What does bulwark, the trait, do
No,
in armor?
it's 10.
I
Knocks
have
them to 10
movement
feet.
10.
The
Yeah.
bulwark trait in your armor.
Yeah.
On reflex saves to avoid a damaging effect, such as a fireball, you add a +3 modifier instead of your dexterity modifier.
It just keeps getting better and better.
He wants to join the Hell Knights.
Because that's what you're doing. Bulwark. You're like, you just grunt and bear it instead of trying to dodge it.
You're not gonna jump out of the
Nice.
way. You're just gonna like shrink down and close the gaps in your armor and suck it up.
I have a question for
Going
you.
full turtle.
Frank.
Question. You're supposed to be telling us answers, Joe.
I know, but as I'm reading about everything,
Yeah.
what is your strength there, Mr. Frank?
18.
He's good. We can assume that.
Because armor has a strength requirement. If you do not meet the requirement, you get the penalty.
Oh no!
That makes so much sense. That's
So-
new and I love it.
So for
I
full,
love that. That is a
so-
great rule.
yeah, so for full plate, you need a strength of 18 to wear it properly. If not, you take a -10 speed penalty.
God.
Oh, so you don't take the
Oh,
As
there
long
it
as you
goes.
meet the requirement.
Drop. Very nice.
Better.
I'm still looking at this level 2 crap though.
Oh my god! So he can still charge. Oh.
That's
It's-
genius.
man.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you have not played Book 1 of Hell Knight Hill, get rid of the armor. Come on,
could just tell-
dogs you can front door, awesome treasure, and dogs you can feed. I think they're compensating for something that might be coming.
If I know Pathfinder at all, and I do, I'm gonna open that door and die. There's a
Door
dragon.
is electrified.
It's the Hell Knight Messiah. He's returned to us. So speaking of doors, you guys, it says a good 10 minutes. Then you put it on. So let's say you guys burn 20 minutes.
Yep.
Burn. That's
Chuck the
invested.
scammer at the door, yell at Warble to come grab it.
Invested. Desna, can I? Desna. Sorry.
Yeah.
Cleric
Wow.
of Desna.
What an upgrade.
Miss Mara.
I know.
Yes.
Can I have a knowledge nature check?
Yes.
Because you are offering them, you know.
Okay, but I do have to verify that speed penalty.
Yep.
Sorry, I was looking at other ones. If you do meet the strength requirement,
Oh.
you reduce the penalty by 5 feet. So full plate has a penalty of 10, -10. So thus you get a penalty of -5.
Okay, so what is dwarven speed? Like right now it's like 20, isn't it? I think it's 25.
Yes.
Okay. So
15.
you're down to 15 feet there, chug along.
Worth it. Totally worth it.
Worth it.
We'll slow our movement down. No problem.
Okay.
I got a nature check of 8.
Okay. They're wary of the dwarven's helmet. You just kind of, you know what I mean? Like they don't go for it right away, recognizing it's food.
That's fine. It's here, and if they're
Yeah.
thirsty, they'll drink.
It's actually tainting the water. The the smell of Odithioan, pour water in there. It's just like,
the Theoan.
oh
We took
It's
that
making
water.
stronger.
Awesome.
no, this alcohol comes out of his sweat. Like the helmet smells like ale, rum,
Yeah, we are
spirits.
all being alcoholics.
Yep. We're all raving.
Well, I'm
Okay.
sure if they're thirsty enough, they'll drink.
Yeah, you leave it where they can see it.
Exactly.
Right. Okay. So, what do you guys want to do now?
I'm I think we're gonna confidently march to my doom. Let's open door number 1.
Door. What's behind
Right
door
behind
number-
you.
What's behind door number 1? All right. Get in there.
I'll take 2 movement actions and then a third to open the door.
Okay, that's a sorcerer. You're the redhead.
Oh, whoops.
Guy with the axe.
Sorry. I
Rewind.
got all excited.
Yep.
5, 10, 15. There's 1.
Speaking of Reddit, I have a request for the fandom. I've been trying to put this together myself, but you know what? I will reward even an amateur. Do you guys know the Charlie's Angels silhouette from the old 70s show, Charlie's Angels? Look it up. Right? They've got girl in karate pose, 70s girl on a radio. No, it's not a long sniper pistol. It's a radio. And then girl with a 38. And I want to have Miros with a mug, a fist, an arm on the silhouette. I want to have Theon in the middle with the big horned helmet, and the axe. And then we got Al on the side, with the staff and the pointy hat, and a big sort of butterfly Desna behind, and then that mysterious hero, the big Star Wars looming Emperor shot is a silhouette of, an epic looking helmet. Somebody pull this off. We will pay cash. Because it would cost me money anyway. To do it properly. Make it the show's logo. Anyway, moving on. How we do it in the chat there, Rob? Does anyone have any questions for us? Does anyone,
Actually, one of the nice guys in the chat just sent us a clarification about the armor level, which I pasted to Joe already.
Okay. Oh, no.
Don't have a lot of people in.
Paste to everyone. Let's put it up in Zoom chat so the DM learns too.
Oh, I was given a chance for Joe to show off.
Oh, okay.
Yes, because sadly enough, I just
sorry, Joe. We
Yes.
believe random guy number chat 467 over you.
which is awesome. That's totally awesome. No, it's just because the only thing I can understand with armor level is for crafting.
Yeah.
Right. You have to be whatever level to craft.
Oh,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Well, there's also a level 2 object as far as treasure, so it's like this is something
That's
you
what
should not give to first level people.
Yeah.
Too late.
Even though it's the first thing in the room, and yeah. Oh, but you know what? It's not sitting there. You guys have to come up with the idea going, can I rip this place apart and build it? So maybe that's what you know what I mean? It's not, there's not like one suit of full plate going, oh, take me, feed a dog. Someone has to be smart enough to go, really want this armor. Everyone kept talking about the armor, but finally Theon went, can I just really get into this armor and piece it together? It's like, why, yes. The DM can't lie. It's written right here on the page. So
I just have a
that sweet picture.
Yeah.
I'm going to take a good handful of my rations,
Yeah.
a couple days worth, and I'll
Sure.
divvy them at the dogs again before we go. Give them a little pile each.
Okay.
and
So
I have a question for you, Jeff.
Yep. First of all, am I reading this name right, Rob? Delvin?
Delvin, yes.
Yeah. Thank you, Delvin. We do appreciate comments. Nice ones to help us. Thank you, sir. And yes, Joe, your question.
Because it is a level 2 treasure, is it broken condition or is it normal?
It says it's worn. It says it's mismatched, worn, and style is outdated. Exactly
That's
what it
it.
says.
Oh, but not broken.
Congrats.
Let's say
That's
broken.
awesome.
Looks like crap, not fooling a real Hell Knight. Enjoy your +2 to the peasants at home going, all right, we've returned, that type of thing. It's cool. What I like about this treasure is they're thinking about the setting. I mean, there's the generic, here's your loot +2 armor. Oh, great, blah, blah. You know what I mean? It's Hell Knight armor. It suits the setting. It's here, you know what I mean? So they're allowing it. And that's what I think is really cool. So
But pay attention when you go back to town.
yeah, I'll allow it.
You'll scare the hell out of them.
I think there'll be ruckus laughter personally. But anyway, moving on. Cracking that door.
Oh yeah. Yeah, 2 movements to get to the door, 3rd to open it if it opens. It
Okay.
could be locked.
Now, I'd like to answer a generic question because it always comes up and I'm always not ready for it. So while I'm thinking of it, okay, I would like to state that this place, okay, unless I tell you up front, all the doors are wooden, they are unlocked, and some of them might be stuck, but especially ones leading to the outside have been popped and mangled, and you may not even be able to put them back in play. So this door is closed. It may or may not be stuck. It is made of wood, and it's not locked.
Okay.
You can assume all these 3 things unless I go, oh, wait a minute. No, hang on a second there. It doesn't seem to want, you know what I mean? Might save us some steps.
Okay.
Okay.
It's good thinking.
Yep. So moving on, peeking into the hallway. And what we got here is a 10-foot to the back wall. It's an actual hallway that goes left and right for your personal view, or to the north, to the south, because everyone's kind of facing west. This map tracks from the right side east, and as they enter the Citadel grounds, it kind of tracks to the left or to the west. So facing west, 10 feet to the back wall. 10 feet to your first corner where the hallway just kind of turns on a very 45 to 60 degree angle and continues. And you can actually see from your doorway straight down that angle to a door that's another 20 odd feet away. To your left, the hallway just continues. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, a door on the inside wall. And then another 5 feet. And again, it does that sort of bracketed, the bottom part of the bracket where it also turns on a 45 to 60 degree angle. It also turns east and disappears around a corner. Narrow stretches around the octagonal center of the keep would be your guess. It's divided into segments by doors leading to the lower levels in the tower. Here and there, a few remaining paintings of dour-faced Hell Knights still grace the wall and judge you for stealing their crap. Narrow windows and crumbling holes in the structure provide an ambient but dim light. And baby Hell Knight judges you. What do you want to do there, Theo?
Door, step into the hallway.
Okay.
I look north. Looking north, it looks like I can see part of a door in the distance around the corner.
That is right. I mentioned that in the description. There is a door there.
In the same, I would not be able to see that. Sorry. The fog of war is kind of weird. I'll kind of call back over my shoulder. North or south?
I'll clear a bit more of it, but only when you get closer.
And I'll call back. Whichever is closer, you dimwit.
Hey, north it is. So when I'm able to move, when it's my turn, I'll start moving north.
Okay.
We'll just follow you.
Okay.
Now, keeping in mind that Dahlgren is not an NPC from the adventure. He's an NPC that Rob and I made up to sort of keep me from going, yes, Bard, you guys know, like, for every single check, and if they don't have the skill set, like I said, he's part of a way for us not to like have a branch out with a completely different story to reflect this. Someone that's from the town, that knows the town, is a great way to bring out the townsfolk, what he may or may not know about them, then you investigate further, that kind of thing. That's Dahlgren's purpose. Now he's running Ride Along because we're missing Ryan tonight. But so if I interject something to Dahlgren, keep in mind that I'm sort of talking to the DM's helper, ladies and gentlemen, not just like force feeding something to a player.
Dahlgren's wearing a leash.
Pretty much.
He's a checks and balance guy.
Yeah. Anyway, so once you all get in there, see the crumbling in the corner by the north door, the closer door, where the bottom door is clean.
Aye.
Might be the long way around would be safer. You do not want to pull a door open that's stuck and have Buddy, Theo, as you've already seen, yank on the frame and bring down 10 feet of structure on your heads.
Okay.
Now, any one of you can go up and give me an engineering check, see how stable you might think that is. But there's just enough debris from some kind of crumbling going on and some ceiling ambient light, because there's a hole in the ceiling, that avoiding any current crumbling might be a good idea, Dahlgren. You've lived long enough. Well, I'm telling Dahlgren this. You might sit back there and watch you guys walk right into it and just have a good right?
Good chuckle.
Yeah. Well, looks like Big D's being silent, so Allison, go for it.
Well, no, I'm taking a look at my skill list here.
Okay.
So if I get the impression that it doesn't look 100% safe, all things considered.
Yep.
I'll turn to go south.
Okay. Give us perception.
15 to, again, check the integrity.
For lore politics?
It wasn't supposed to be politics. It was supposed to be not engineering, but dungeoneering. I haven't got it switched yet. I've learned how to switch it.
Okay.
I got a 25 on my perception.
All right.
That's why I switch it. There we go. I've been frustrated by that all night.
Yeah.
There we go.
Dahlgren's sudden acting like he's in an actual mine
Yes.
quickly glancing up into corners like a bird kind of thing, jerking his head around, looking directly at stone corners and things as he's walking along, and Al's pointing you at that forced corner, tips you off there, Theo, and you have a hard look, and it's like, okay, yeah, he's probably worried about that hole in the.
All right, I'll turn back to Al. Nope.
Yeah.
Way north looks sketchy at best. South it is.
God forbid you should actually do what Dahlgren was designed for there, Rob, and go, hey, I get this feeling from up on high, because the DM doesn't want to play a bard.
All right, so a double move gets me to the corner there, and then I can see that door.
Yep, you do.
10.
Arrow slits on the exterior, nothing but solid wall on the interior.
All right, I moved almost up to the door, but I can't quite reach it yet.
Are you following us, Mara?
Okay. Now
I'm coming.
You guys are back into exploration mode. Although we've got green and I've killed the tracker for a minute, you guys are, I'm assuming, falling in line. And if doing nothing better, just keeping your eye on the leader, watching your 6. If you want it to slow it down and make a perception check, that's kind of a there's sort of a stride perception, a loose perception in this game, as opposed to I want to examine something. So if you guys want to have a default perception going, I'm going carefully and looking around, and then if something the DM says catches your interest, you can pull up short and have a good look at something like a painting or whatever. It is assumed that you guys are either stealthing it or perceptioning it for when you burst into a room and piss something else off. Fair enough?
Fair enough.
So tell me, how do you guys want to play this? Is anyone sneaking? Or is everyone just happy to go slow, eyes open?
Hello, we're here.
Yeah,
I'm
we're
using.
Yeah. Sorry?
I'm using dwarven stealth.
Okay. Mara, the non-dwarf?
I will be stealthy.
Okay.
Or try to be.
What is your stealth bonus?
+2.
+2. Okay. I was gonna say I'm gonna pull up on your skills up on the thing here. Now suddenly
I'm wicked stealthy. I just disappeared.
Yeah. But I roll for you. DM rolls.
Oh,
stealth.
you gotta roll the
It's
stealth.
it's secret stealth. I was just thinking here. Now I actually have the GM rolls on visible. I could shut them off. The audience would get to see, whatever. You just have to trust. Anyway, Dahlgren. Since I just claimed your half NPC, I'll let you keep the roll. So, Theowen.
Move up to the door.
Yep. Give her a crack.
And give her a crack open.
Okay. You're inside one of the tower turrets that goes straight up and probably are a turret parapet up the top. You're in a circular chamber, 2 doors. One sort of continues around in that sort of slow bend, and then there's a door immediately on your left, which probably heads off into a room somewhere or more hallway.
Impending danger.
Very close quarters.
Round room.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, what is your objective here?
Our objective here is to find out what happened to the goblins and to find that culprit that ran off.
Okay, so do you have a way indoors to calculate maybe the quickest way to get to them? Because you saw the smoke on the top center, right?
Well, I'm thinking stay to the middle. Middle's got to be where stairs are, so middle's where I was going.
Right, so sort of a right hand on the wall to keep it going in as opposed to left hand on the wall to keep it going out. So do you want to go to the door straight ahead?
Straight ahead and open.
Okay. You see from your small circular chamber through a doorway, small square chamber and a doorway.
Oh, well, thank God. Gods, we appear to be moving deeper in. So that was one action.
Next will be a triangle.
Open, 3 to open that. I'm done.
Now, when we're in counter mode, I'll kick you on the actions, and we kind of track. We can back up time in the exploration mode to going. There's this sort of one chevron you're burning as you're striding, and you know what I mean, type of thing. Okay. I can be particular. Frank's gotten used to us playing where, as soon as they enter anything with a grid, it's like we pretend we're in combat rounds because there's always something going on. But
just lead us on, Frank.
Yeah,
We'll follow suit, and then when stuff starts happening, we'll work on it in turns.
Okay.
Then.
Yeah, I may even have to back up time, right? Okay.
Spend point, move in. I'm gonna jack open that door.
Okay. Now, give me a moment here. This room is elongated, and the back of it's on an angle. So I'm opening up the fog of war. Now the audience can see sort of through the gray paste, so they can see the courtyard and stuff. You know, ladies and gentlemen, the players can't see that. What you're seeing through my view is sort of a faded gray, but you guys can see where they want to go. They can't see that. All they can see is what I've exposed by drawing out these lines. So you guys come to an atrium, an auditorium. To the north, many rows. Oh, sorry. This is assuming you're coming in the bottom door, I believe. So it's to the south. Many rows of stadium-style benches stand in a wide dais. Garbage clutters what was once undoubtedly a pristine floor. A small corridor near the dais leads to the west, while to the north, an iron gate provides a view of a central courtyard. And hanging up on the wall, you see a torn and tattered banner, red with a crimson, even darker symbol, and stylized in gold, a center hub circle with a whole bunch of, they look like short spears, but it is actually nails bursting out
the wall,
in a sun pattern.
tie it around Frank's neck as a cape.
I allow it. I kind of sit up, let him tie the knot. Oh, we're really playing the part here. There's no way this is going to bite us on the ass.
I figured if we're going to go in, may as well go all in.
Maybe you just enjoy the fact that he's protected, but he looks ridiculous, and you're making him look even worse.
Yep. I hear Order of the Nail Tapestries ward off fireballs, so just stay behind me, ladies.
Okay, at this point, I'm going to pull you all in here, because if you guys are having fun and about to make comments on this, then you guys should all be in the room.
Okay.
Okay?
Yep.
Now, as I said, this is a grate, which means you guys should be able to see, if you want to peek up through the grate there on the north, you should be able to see the courtyard.
I'll take a really good look around the room.
Yep. Al's searching the room. Perception check. Mara is close to the grate, and I'm revealing sort of courtyard. And Dahlgren is face planting by the look of Rob at what's going on.
Yeah,
our
I'm
newest
shaking.
Hell Knight.
I'm shaking my head because that's not going to end well.
22 perception.
Nice.
14.
Okay.
And then I'll turn around.
You find 3 doors, Al. Leading out of here. 2 along the bottom, going left and right. Probably to the rooms, or another hallway that might just run the circumference of the castle, the tower. There's 2 doors up by Mara and Dahlgren that continue on the sort of path you guys proverbially were on. But to your right is a grate, and we actually can see a courtyard. And I would guess society lore, probably, for anyone.
Eight. Natural 20.
Nice. Good job.
20.
Okay.
It's a courtyard.
Oh, I've got a 21 society.
Okay.
These are my people.
The outfit helps.
All right. Guys, if you want to get to that upper tower, the smoke is, going into the courtyard is probably your best bet. They are probably stairs. Mara, you even see stairway, there. Critical success, Albric. It's probably the fastest way. Maybe not the only way, but it's the quickest way. And when you go out in that courtyard, you will be completely exposed. Anyone on the upper level.
So quickest way, not necessarily the safest way.
Right.
But,
Blood?
But, like,
Old
there could be
blood?
all kinds of dangers as you guys take the long way. 82 rooms later. Oh, yeah, I think we were supposed to be here for goblins, and you guys are all dressed in banners and Hell Knight pieces. And, why were we here?
What do you mean, everybody?
Sorry. Anyway,
I don't fancy the idea of going out there and being completely exposed like that. But perhaps we can find a way around through the back way to shorten our exposure.
You guys want to have a look, Mara? A short flight of stairs leads down to an open-air courtyard surrounded by the imposing octagonal walls, while a heavy iron grate separates it from the halls to the south which you are standing in. A few errant milkweeds and tufts of crabgrass protrude from the cracked cobblestone flooring. The ground to the west has been sunken in, creating a natural pool of rainwater. To the north, the battlements above have partially collapsed into a huge mound of stone and wooden piles of rubble, under which some sort of reptilian creature seems to have been crushed. The top half of the flight of stairs rises up to the battlements above. The collapsed section of the walls, broken plants from the bottom, half lie amid the rubble below. A thick rope has been affixed via a grappling hook to the lower portion of the stairs and dangles down to within a few feet of the top of the rubble pile. So the shading on the map here kind of confused me. It's a little off as far as I'm concerned, because this stairway on the right looks like it comes all the way down. They even have painted stones on top of the bottom step. Such is not the case. This stairway is supposed to continue like another 15, 20 feet as that rubble pile before it hits the ground. You guys have crushed reptile, an entire like 30-foot section of wall and rubble and stone and wood collapsed with a lizard tail sticking out right into the wall structure. And to your right, where you see that stairwell, the lowest point is like 20 feet off the ground, but not quite that high because the pile of rubble, it kind of arches up towards it, and somebody has grapple hooked and lowered a rope or grappled their way up onto that stairway because, as you guys had guessed, that stairway leads to the upper turret parapet, the upper walkway. And then...
Doesn't quite look safe.
And then... I'll actually put this in the chat. Look at that. I can just click on this stuff and it pops up right in the chat. I have an encounter in front of me. If I click the little bubble, the read along text can pop up for you guys to read along. Then the desperate shouts and barking growls become obvious here. Now their sources are obvious. Shouts come from the battlements above, where a few goblins and a halfling man holding another goblin at knife point can be seen. The man seems to be threatening the goblins, while the goblins look like they're pleading for mercy. The source of the growling is of greater concern, for it comes from a large, draconic beast, not far away at ground level, down in the courtyard, roaring at the delicious but inaccessible prey above.
Right, so let's not go that way.
Ladies and gentlemen, peeking up, sort of above where the rubble is and up to your right, we see goblins. One being held hostage by a halfling, Dahlgren. Can I have a society check or perception check, I guess would be their best bet.
Okay.
And there is some sort of reptilian weird creature. Very, very unusual.
13.
That could be Kelmet. It's definitely a halfling. It, like the poise of them, the detail that you can make out from peeking through the bars.
I think that's that bastard that set the fire.
Yeah. And he's got a goblin hostage, and we are here to rescue a hostage tribe. There's a whole bunch of shouting and shit going on up there.
And we love to be goblins.
Mm-hmm.
Dahlgren, why don't you reach out there and poke a hole in him with that crossbow?
Done. Okay. I have to move to where?
You have to go through the gate and come down the stairs. You guys are like literally taking a knee, kind of peeking through bars up, and it was the sound that attracted us.
Can I get a shot if I move beside Mara?
Too high up.
They have to enter and go on the stairs at least.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'll open that door.
Yeah, I think I kind of buggered it a bit where it's like when you guys come down the stairs and then you can kind of see this description from the, but,
Yeah.
but since the reptile is down here making all kinds of noises.
Yeah, I'll open the door.
Okay. It's a gate. It's like an actual, like a portcullis kind of gate.
It's settling. That's what boots are for.
That's fine.
Is there a giant reptile in the courtyard?
Yep. Knowledge nature, guys?
Do not open that freaking gate.
Shoot him through it, you jackass.
I was told that there is no way for me to shoot through the gate. That I must descend the stairs to get a shot.
10 for nature.
This is what is upset that it can't get to the people that it's acting like their food.
Oh.
Take the head of a drake or a small dragon and stick it on the body of a crocodile or a gator, but the gator doesn't have small scales that are green. The whole body is blue, and that it's accentuated with do you guys remember those red glowing dogs from Riddick? I love it, right? It's got this sort of red, it looks like a mane like coming out of the back of its neck, coming all the way down its tail and the back of its arms and spikes, so it's a red and blue bodied, accented in red, and sort of the blue turns into black around the face. And
looks like a Komodo dragon with a
I
dragon
what
head.
it is.
Yeah,
I've seen them before.
It's a large creature, but Sorry?
I said I've seen those before. I know exactly what it is. It's a Noposaurus. Close that fucking door.
Wait.
I have a knowledge nature of 21.
I did a dragon lore. I rolled a natural 20 for a 24.
Okay. Sorry, I'm still stuck on Noposaurus because I'm thinking, did he look in the book and he's like, no, it's nope. Right? Noposaurus.
That's a nope.
Yep, that's a Noposaurus. Okay. Sorry, I had to hammer in that joke, Frank, but that was good. that was good. That was hero point worthy good, buddy. You're up 1.
Hooray!
New session. Everyone has a hero point. Frank's got 2.
Oh, yay!
Yep. Now, where were we? Looking at nature checks. We got a 7 for Dahlgren. Theowen with a 1. Oh no, that's a tame. Yeah, completely harmless. The herbivores, Frank.
Oh, that's a cow.
No.
Oh, you're pretty sure you know. You're pretty sure you know what that is. It's a herbivore. It's completely harmless. Mara of Desna, 15 plus 6, 21. This creature doesn't look like it belongs here. It is not natural to this environment. This thing is imported. That much breaking a 20, I can tell you. But where exactly? A deep mountain? It's not sure exactly where this thing is from, but you can tell this thing is not native to any kind of deciduous forest, mountain range. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah.
L Brick Stone Chucker.
Aye.
A natural 20. Now, this is a shout out to comments on our YouTube who actually pointed out that we were talking about a critical success where you beat the DC of anything by 10, and critical failure buggering a DC by below 10, and 20 kind of being irrelevant. That is not the case. Yes, you can still get awesome success by beating anything by 10, even if you rolled really low with huge bonuses. A natural 20 will take whatever your result is and up it a step instantly. So
Sweet.
Let's say the DC to know this crazy creature is like 25 or 30, and that is the success. You need like a 25 or 30 to figure out what this thing is. Even though he got 24 and didn't beat it by 10 or get 35 for like a critical success, because he didn't beat the DC of like 25, 30 in our explanation, it's a failure. But because of the natural 20, it brings it up to in this case, a moderate success. So I can tell you 3 things about this creature, Al. Some in a book somewhere, some kind of rare component worth coming out of his bladder, something like that has put you onto this creature. Its unique markings. It comes from the Moagi Expanse.
Ooh.
It is technically in the Drake family, though it's not smart like a dragon going, "Hi, how's it going?" You know what I mean? It's an animal. It's smart like a crocodile, but it technically is related to the Drake dragon, like draconic family.
Well, that makes sense that I would know about it.
Yeah. Being a
Because I'm
draconic
Your
sorcerer.
cousin.
Being a draconic sorcerer and also a draconic scholar.
Yep.
Lads, that's from way over in the Moagi Expanse. Can't recall the name of it, but I saw it in a book once. That's a wee dragon.
Now, critical success at this point, you'd give it the name and some weaknesses and stuff. But like I said, just getting to a regular success, it's a something Ladon. It's not a Nope Ladon. It's a something Ladon. It's from the Moagi Expanse.
Noposaurus.
It's a Nopalodon. That's not a
Phelan's our
Noposaurus,
leader. It's a
Nopalodon.
Noposaurus.
That's true.
That thing is definitely a Noposaurus.
I did not think it's good that we tangle with that.
Scratch that crossbow idea. Let's see if we can find a way around. Perhaps there are stairs on the inside that take us up.
Did I mention the pending hostage situation?
That's what I'm saying. We got to do something about that.
He's still a kicking. He's good. It's not like they're going to run out of goblins.
It's like getting to be his key phrase. The council's burning. You got lots of humans in this town. We're here to rescue the tribe. There should be at least 2 or 3 left, he's saying. By the time we get to them, it'll be fine.
But we should step it up a notch. We don't want the halfling to get away.
All right, Castle Trotter. There's the door. Let's go.
I'm looking at you in that armor and being our mighty leader. That's you first.
I'll move to the door. I'm not scared.
All right.
Move up. Open that door immediately to the west. That should take us kind of skirting the
Okay.
that courtyard. I am not interested in going in there.
Okay. So let's do a little shuffle of the minis here, shall we? Get those guys up. This is kind of where we're at here.
Yep.
Okay. Theowen, you get to that gate and you're looking, you're assessing, now I've kind of storylined it that you've all kind of we've all kind of had a peek and a listen. We're all talking, you know what I mean? Like the minis have all, everyone's had a peek and now we're all talking about it, right? Now we're talking about taking action and you guys have set yourselves up like so. Okay. You're not on Hell Knight Hill, Theowen. You're years ago. You're in training. You're back in the 5 King Mountains. You and the little squad of dwarves, teens that you lead, are doing an exercise trained by the men-at-arms that help you serve and do tunnel defense. You are exiting a narrow cave, and you're about to take a step into an open, wide, underground, subterranean chamber. You peek around. You don't see anything. You don't smell anything. You don't hear anything. As a leader, you take that first step. And whomp. To simulate stone, cave-in, a trap, heavy bags of flour drop from the ceiling on you and explode and cover you and the 2 guys with you, 2 more in the back, don't get powdered and you guys are a choking mess. Popping up from behind a rock comes a drill sergeant. You're all dead! And you know why? Coughing and choking, the teens are pissy and just breathing in these bags that are weighted enough to hurt, explode into flour to cover you as if it was a debris field. I'll tell you why. Because you didn't look up. You didn't wait. You didn't ask anyone who might hear better or see better behind you. Just because you're the leader doesn't mean you have to do everything yourself. Use your crew, man. If your eye's up front, that's fine. But you can call up Longan. Longan is your best shooter. He would have eyes that penetrate the dark. And Maya is your best sniffer. She could probably smell the wire that we got set up right there, the metal of it. If you're going to lead, lad, use the team and lead. Now, That's it for today. Go back, clean up, and I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah, all disgust me. He's a good man. Trained you well. Trained you the ways of the sword, the axe. You became a hardy fighter when you emerged from that mountain. Now a man, no longer a teen. But the next day's lesson, this spark, this coming out of the hallway into an open area, the next day's lesson brings a smile to Theowen's beer-soaked lips. Because after bitching and whining and drinking your blues away with your little team, they thought about what happens next. Okay, so we get jumped, we get through a trap. How are we going to do this? Are we going to surround what's in that cave or whatever? And someone came up with the bright idea. Theowen, can I have an intelligence check, please?
Sure. Yes, I would love to succeed in intelligence check. 2.
We storm it. We take it down fast. There's only so many places something could hide behind a rock. If we expose it and draw it out, we surround it, we crush it. Fast forward to the next day of that flashback. Okay, you guys get out there, you do exactly that. And again, another surprise, and you guys get clobbered. And again, your teacher, as you guys are picking yourselves up the ground from falling in holes or getting clobbered by, blunt arrows and crossbows and things that pelted you. What are you doing? You know your enemy's out here. Why aren't you using the terrain? And they bitch, but we are, sir. No, you're not. Your best point is that bloody tunnel. You never should have came out of it. Bring some bait. Draw it in. Confine it. It's something bigger than you. Use space. A tight space. Now back to Theowen's grin. Are you ballsy enough to bring that thing in here where it can't move, where it can't outrun us? Sure, it's in here thrashing and could kill us all. But you guys do have a hostage situation. And if your best chance against that thing is not out there in terrain, it's indoors where it can't move. And you guys are on it, and there's all kinds of doorways you guys can lurk in for cover. So end the lesson in the flashback. Theowen. Dahlgren. Theowen is like pressed against the bars, and he's just kind of drooling. He's lost in time.
Down.
I'll step back.
Down.
Yeah.
You seem to be lost there for a second.
Well, I'm just thinking of me lessons learned way long ago. That fighting that thing in the courtyard is a terrible idea. I think we can all agree on that much. But hear me out. This is dangerous, I think. We've got all these doors and small rooms. What if we were to let it actually inside here and close it up in a room? We could lock it in. We could have our go at it at our leisure, moving through this courtyard as we see fit. I mean, look at that room right behind me here. It's but 15 by 15-ish. We could lure it in there and seal it up proper.
Well, if you all take positions, I'll take the shot.
Blood.
It's dangerous. That leaves somebody on the forward side of this thing to close doors, obviously.
You're not going to be able to run fast enough with that new suit of armor you've got on.
Aye, but I could hide behind the door and close it up behind it.
Oh, now you're thinking. Maybe we don't even have to tussle with it. Lure it in here and trap it behind the doors.
And flee?
No, we just lock it up in a room.
Save it for later.
Wait, starve the thing.
I'm sorry, are you guys talking about scouting these doors to see if there's sort of a workaround where you guys could lead it on Mary Chase and have somebody kind of close up behind while you go through the next door? You guys kind of circle back into the main room and it's locked up in one of these little doors, one of these little chambers. That's the plan?
Possibly.
Okay.
Do
you guys want to scout the rooms?
Yeah, I want to open that door directly west of me, see if it looks like the one we just went through.
Yes, it does.
All right, let's give a quick search this way.
Okay. And a tower.
Dahlgren, see what it takes to get that gate open and shut right quick. It may be me that are trying to close it. You know I'm not good with those.
Good enough. Is that a perception check?
I'll kind of move through and give a look.
Look what we got here, boys.
Hey, a roundabout. Nice.
Mm-hmm. Not to mention we have a nice, narrow, 10-foot long, 5-foot wide corridor. Can't thrash about very much. You want to lead it in and through the little part and get, have somebody come around, or do you want to do the safer bit, have someone lead it through the first door and have someone pop out of that door and close behind it, and it continues to chase you, not to mention they've got the last door already open.
So let me think this way. Can I move some figures real quick?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's say I'm hiding here.
Yep.
That's me.
Or Albright's hiding here. That's just as fine as the other. I could be hiding. Well, we could both be hiding in this room. Let's see here. We could have Mara giving that thing a good chase about. We could keep. Let's see if I'm moving figures here. We could keep this door open. We could keep that door open. This door open. That door open. Right?
Right.
As the beast moves its way in, moves this way,
Mm-hmm.
Albert slams that door shut, quick as snot.
Right.
Mara continues to run. I move this way, ready to slam this door shut. As soon as Mara comes through, bam, we slam that door shut. And then we've got it locked in this little section of rooms.
What's this thing in the middle of the floor here? In the room we're in, is it like a dais? Is it something we can move? Something big, maybe stone?
It's like a stage platform where like the guy would get up and give a lecture to the pews behind.
So it's a podium.
Podium.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's something we could put in front of a door to help maybe reinforce it.
Oh, once it's in there, yeah.
Okay.
Even still, I could stay there. You two right there. As Mara runs through, I close that door. She runs through this way. I'm right behind her. We close the doors behind us, make sure we've got it sealed off in this room right here.
Okay. So
That keeps it tight.
we have
Trap.
a 15-foot per move bulwarked dwarf, heavily armored. 2 20-foot dwarves in light to no armor, and a 25-foot per action striding halfling, who's technically your fastest and smallest, so I guess would look more delicious. Is going to be your runner. You guys, everyone's cool with this plan? Where's Miros when you need him, eh? Like talking about the perfect guy for the job.
Right? So I'm already going to be positioned here with all these doors open. So it's not about running, it's about closing. I can close quick as any.
Okay.
Mara's going to be the runner, and she's able and swift.
Okay. Well,
We've got 2 dwarves hiding in this room here.
It's up to you guys. I'll let you role play it out, what you want to do, but I will tell you this. First, what I just gave you was an example of spending a hero point to ask the DM for inspiration. Instead of me just giving a tactic like, now this is your tactic. You said, hey, is there a run around, blah, blah, blah type of thing? And I would say, yeah, here, look at these rooms. You could run around. That's just me belting a tactic. I went with sort of the story flashback going, hey, it might be safer to draw it in, right? Okay. In that flashback, you draw something into the room where it's confined and you kind of go at it from both sides. That is the flashback. This whole runaround thing is not what happened in the flashback. Just saying.
It's not, but it locks it in a room and gets us out of our hair.
No, it's fine. It's just fine. Anyway, Dahlgren, Al, Mara, the bait. What do you guys? How do you guys feel about this? Let's touch it.
What do you think about this?
Personally, I think it's a brilliant idea, but the wee lass might have a different thought on it. Mara, how fleet of foot are you feeling today?
Well, I'm certainly faster than you lot.
I thought you were going to say nope. It's a Noposaurus because she's running in front of it going, nope, 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 nope.
Nope.
But sorry.
I guess the dogs in the other room are not still very receptive.
Oh, here we go. I'm sorry, what?
If we can get the dogs to come in.
Yeah.
The dogs are going to be a lot faster than any of us.
Yeah. Here, wee lass. Outrun that quadruped lizard. Have you seen Jurassic Park? I'm surprised she's not punching you guys in the face. How about you? What was that word we were telling Messsina not to use? Book. Mara has a new plan. Let's use the fast goblin dogs, commanded by Theon, to do what?
To lead it away.
Attack it, keep it busy,
Are
or
they-
Something.
Are they
Yeah,
are they-
attack
are-
it
are-
even.
Are they smart enough to take that much instruction?
Well, I don't know. We did feed them.
to their dooms. This way, puppies. It's worth a shot.
Oh, lass, you are sick. Sick. I like you.
Hey, friend cleric and our only healer, sacrifice yourself. But animal cruelty, that's a no. Okay.
Well, it's not like she'd have to outrun the thing right from its bleeding nose. It'd be, hey, monster, I'm over here. As soon as it comes running, she goes a running.
Sure.
Yes, but if I get too far away from it, then it's going to go for you guys.
You're a far more attractive target.
We'll be hid behind closed doors. Like I say, Albright opens, or Dolgren opens. One runs through, closes the door behind the monster.
Does anyone have any kind of tactic lore or anything that you guys can lean on?
Like knowledge warfare, I think would be.
Yeah. Now, remember I was talking about the recall ability to use
Survival.
the skill? No, yeah. Do you remember I was talking about the recall skill where, like, if you see a thief doing acrobatics, you can actually judge his skill level because you have the skill and, you know, type of thing, right?
Yeah.
I used to do this in home games with, like, the rogue knows rogue stuff, and they would have the leading expert opinion on how to approach a situation. That was outside, like, everyone's skill set, but it was like a streetwise thing we used to do. So the rogue knows rogue thing, right, type of thing. So, I would go with Al's knowledge nature of the animal to see if it actually is too fast for the halfling to do those turns, or if its bulk might work against us, or your goblins leading the goblin dogs, leading them, or just having them, you know, mess with it might be the better plan just because there's more of them, they're faster, you know, type of thing. Tactically speaking, which is better, or which is safer, or which is more likely to succeed? Any plan can go wrong.
Aye. But honestly, what are the chances of us taking one of them down?
Well,
a
if we
lot
all-
better with the dogs than just us.
Oh, lass, I like your dog idea. That's great. We just send them right out that gate right there. We wait back here and just see kind of what plays out. Maybe go pew, pew, pew from the gate here.
Yeah.
So
They're full of pew pew.
you guys want to? Well, the halfling has a halfling sling, which is nasty. Crossbow. You guys could pepper it while the dogs attack it, or you could use the dogs as a distraction to keep it busy as you guys run like hell for that rope. Worry about it later, you know. But if this thing just obliterates the dogs, it's fed. Well, that might actually happy. You don't know. You know, like there's several ways to play this out.
Maybe try the sit thing again, Theon.
Yeah, with
I
the
can give it-
Nopodon.
I can give it a shot. We just got to pick a plan and go with it. I gave it my best shot. Lock it in a tiny room. But if we want to,
Both ideas have merits. Honestly, do you think we could do it? I mean, that would make a bloody nice trophy on the wall, you know? Give me a chance to really examine some draconic physiology with me bare hands.
Me wants it. It's my birthday.
let's just pick a plan and go. The halfling stands the greatest amount of danger, so I say she's got the best say in it.
I agree. Lass,
Yeah, I'm gonna go for the dogs. Sorry, guys.
Okay.
All right.
no need to apologize to us, lass.
As in, you want the dogs that worked in the plan, or you personally think you have the
Yeah.
best nature skill to command them?
Well, I'm hoping I do.
Hey.
So I'm gonna go call the dogs.
Okay. Well, what is your nature? What did we just learn in Theon's flashback? Right. Use your best guy for the job.
Mine's a +6.
All you.
Yeah. Okay.
There we go.
Nice.
23.
Okay. So, what do you
Just
wanna...
call them. Go in the room and just call them. Come.
Doors are open.
Yeah.
Doors are open.
Come on,
Yeah.
guys. Yeah.
Yeah. Whistle.
Okay. They're cautious, but they do, follow. What do you want to do with them?
So are we gonna open the gate and send them in, or?
Right, before we go opening gates and throwing things aside like caution, let's at least have a plan B to, get the hell out of here in case things go sideways. I'd like to
Set up an escape route or set up the other plan?
set up the other plan. Just in case. Dolgren can stay back in this antechamber here, take shots with his crossbow if need be. So
Mhm.
I don't know
And
if
be
it
ready to
runs-
slam the door.
If it runs this way, we've got to have a plan, a backup.
Okay.
Okay,
Cool.
so
Oh, sure. So, plan A, send the dogs in. Hope that between us and them we can kill it. If the dogs go down awfully fast, or if it comes for us, just lure it in the room like you thought in the first place.
Well, we should
Think-
definitely back up the dogs. I mean,
I kind of like.
I
those
have
ideas.
my sling staff and other. Who has a crossbow?
Dolgren.
I do.
Dahlgren. Dahlgren has a crossbow, so
So you want to put somebody else on the gate to lift it and have you guys as the shooters like step out on the stairs for a clean shot, or
yeah, that'd be a good
Yeah.
idea.
do you guys like you have one man on the gate and have you guys step out and then retreat, or do you want to just sort of
Put
open the
Theon,
gate and
put Theon on the gate because
Okay.
he doesn't have ranged,
okay?
and the three of us will step out. Well, we'll send the dogs out, and then the three of us will step out behind the dogs and pepper away. Provided we can convince the dogs to go attack a freaking dragon.
well, if we can just get him in that courtyard, that might be good enough.
Yeah, that thing looks very agitated and like it's jumping up the wall, like trying to get, you know what I mean? It really wants to get up at those goblins and such. This thing is wound right up.
Are we agreed? Dogs first?
Right?
Yep.
All right,
Hey,
let's do this. I told you, the minute I strap this armor on, I'm going to die. It might as well be fighting a dragon. I can think of no better way to go.
So I'll go, and before we do the gate thing, I'll make sure that the doors are all open for a clear path for the runaround idea.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
And I will
If-
take up position back here from the gate.
Don't be afraid to throw some magic on my axe, Dolgren, like you did last time.
Oh, good thinking, lad. Good thinking. Does it help ranged weapons? Give me a second. Let me just check that spell.
Okay. So when we get Theon to the gate, I'm going to take that as lifting, and then Mara, you can, can move through, get the dogs out there, get them going.
Do we have a figure for said dragon?
I've been looking, and I haven't found anything. So thanks again. Shout out to Devin Knight for providing us with some very cool minis. And I've got purple with the green spot as opposed to blue with the red spot, but you guys get the idea.
Yep.
I'm just double checking. I'm looking at the actual back of the adventure, which has this unique creature, or they've put it in there for for helping you. It says it's large, which I believe still, Joe, that means it takes up 4 squares?
4 squares.
Or at least is like 2 squares long.
Yeah, large is still 2 squares long or 4 squares side by side. Oh, sorry, 2 by 2, not 4 by 4. So.
Yeah, so unfortunately, I can't really elongate it.
That's pretty good there, I'd say.
Yeah.
That seems to be large.
Oh yeah, well he's kind of 4 square. Anyway, this sucker is like way over here, you know, really wanting to get up at the goblins and all the shouting and everything that's going on up there. Right.
Oh,
So it's out and way up.
Everything's huge now.
What?
All the
tokens got big.
Oh, I
huge doggies.
Yeah, it's my bad. I had
feeling way better about this fight, boys.
Look at the size of them. Good doggy. Holy crap.
Accidentally released token scale as opposed to an individual token, so everybody just suddenly got inflated. But that's okay, because what I can do is I can delete everybody real quick. I can resize this bugger, I believe he is, and then I can go back to my pin now that I've relocked the scale, and I can pull creatures from the initial encounter and drop them back to the map. Okay, and then I can bring them. Now, what did you say about making everyone visible or making everybody friendly?
You should be able to select all friendlies by double-clicking on the little green head at the bottom of your combat tracker.
I was trying for all neutrals. Anyway.
Well, then you grab all the neutrals.
Anyway, it's fine. So, Mara, you're, commanding them to go out the door?
Yeah.
Go? Or are you going to
Go.
Get out there to take your shots and try to lead them out?
Well, I'll be in the doorway saying go.
Well, we're kind of cramped here. We literally have a 5.5 square. So, and if you're going to have Theowen lifting and closing the gate, you can have him lift and then have you guys step out onto the stairs kind of thing. Maybe take some shots.
Sure, I can be on the stairs.
Then have them, they go doggies, right?
Oh, if the gate has to be held open, can we take a minute and look around to see if we can find something to prop it open with that could be maybe kicked out?
It's not a holding problem. It's lift the gate, or get it open, and then you got a guy that's ready just to grab it and close it, because everything burns actions. You don't want to be like, oh, and then I stop, and I'm sorry, Mara, you have to close the gate, and the thing's on you. I thought that was the plan, is to kind of have a trigger man.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So let me just kind of put you guys in final position. So Al, where are you going to be in all this mess?
I'll wait for the dogs to pass and I'll come out behind them. I'm going to stay on the stairs by the door to the gate, because I've got range.
Okay. So you guys seeing this here?
Yeah.
Dolgren, did you cast that spell on my axe?
That's what I was about to do. I'm going to cast. Well, it's actually I cast it on you. That gives you the +1. It's guidance.
And that makes my weapon do more damage?
I can't do that one. That was somebody else who cast that one. I can allow you to get a +1 on either perception check, saving throw, skill check, or attack roll.
Your first hit that occurs kind of thing.
Okay.
Who cast magic on his axe the last time?
Oh, that's me.
The monk. Oh, or Al. Yeah, Al, our magic user. Yeah.
Did you want to do
If
that
you
again?
hit it,
Brand new day and all that?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
And if it's pre-combat, can I take a second and do it a couple times?
If you have the slots to burn, sure.
I sure do, yeah, and I think it's worth doing it. I will. It's called Magic Weapon.
Okay.
I do a little sing a little song, do a little dance. Put my hands on Theowen's axe.
Make a little love.
Theon
on
really
his axe. On his axe.
He saved that axe from the fire like it was his best friend or lover. I just saying. Just
where'd my
saying.
spells go?
Okay.
Open the book.
So,
There it is.
assuming you're casting and have the time to hold these spells on the weapons while she goes and gets the goblin dogs.
Let me just check and see what the duration is. It's not long enough for that.
The duration is 1 minute.
Okay.
That's a
So
long time.
it's a
That's-
long time in turns, but it's not a long time when we're waiting for her to go get dogs.
Nope.
So I would say I'm gonna lay it down. I won't lay it down on Frank. I'll lay it down on Dahlgren's crossbow.
Now, do you have to do the ammo or the bow? If it's ammo, it's like it's like an actual.
It's the weapon.
Is there any
Just-
distinction for like melee versus?
Nope.
It says one non-magic weapon that is wielded by you or a willing ally.
Okay.
Range touch.
You gonna touch me?
I'm gonna touch your crossbow.
Okay.
So I'll do him, and then when she's there with the dogs, I'll do Theon.
Okay.
And I'll use the cantrip of guidance as well.
Okay.
For Theowen once he's back.
So we are stacked and racked and ready to go.
Yep.
You guys, I've set up an initiative order because of a plan. Like, as in, like, Theon is at the top. He opens the door. Mara comes through with the dogs and commands them to go. Albric comes in. And then Dahlgren comes through and takes the wide position because he's got the range with the bow. You guys are all stacked on the stairs there. Miros will be my dragon because I don't have the thing for him. And but when you pop that gate, it's gonna possibly know what's going on and throw itself into the initiative order. But that's the plan, hoping that it you guys get a round off instead of this thing suddenly just seeing you guys and bolting. Right now, it is distracted, and there's a lot of noise coming down from the top wall. So, did you want to go for speed? Yank this door and everyone go, hear us or not, and burn your round, Theowen? Or do you want to go for stealth and risk maybe us taking too long to getting that gate open quietly, which we already know a lot of gates in this place don't open.
I'll try to be quiet about it.
Okay.
I mean, and sometimes dwarven stealth isn't the best way to go.
Okay. Round 1. Theo.
Grab my, think my fingers under it. Hurry! Hurry! I can't wait all day.
Gets the gate open. Now, I don't think it's a portcullis. I think it's a gate, but it's very heavy. So you're kind of opening the one, like getting that one gate door open, but it's, it's rungs as opposed, you can reach through it kind of thing. We get close. So you just get that sucker open and they start breezing by you. Mara,
Yeah.
you step out into position and command the dogs.
Yep.
Can I have knowledge nature?
Yeah.
Nature, man. It's
Okay,
just nature.
so one command, you tell them to come with you. A second, hopefully they know something about attacking. You order them to attack a target?
Sick balls, Ripper.
Sick 'em.
Or do you want to just throw meat into the middle of the, at the dragon? Going,
Sure,
look, there goes your meal, and hope for the
Sure,
best.
I have rations.
Yeah.
I'll throw it in there.
Okay. Towards.
23.
Okay.
Towards where the dragon is.
Okay. So they, they happily follow you. They're dancing after the meal. They're nipping at you or whatever, and they're pretty aggressive. All right, kind of thing. Get out there and lob it. The proverbial 10-foot whatever increment towards, the thing. So there's this ration, this beef jerky just goes in the dirt. And they go next, so they go for it. So they run, they close half the distance and they just run for it like you threw a tennis ball. And they go for the meat. They grab it, they're scrabbling it up, that kind of thing. Anyway, they go running out there, getting the meat, and they're a good 10 feet away from the dragon. That's them. Albric, come out, get into position.
turn and cast a magic weapon on Owen.
Okay.
Burning my second one of those.
Okay.
Cast. Boom.
And that's one verbal somatic, verbal.
That is that's my whole turn. That's
Yep. Dahlgren. You step out, your crossbow's been loaded this whole time.
Yes.
So you step into position and just take a shot. Get this thing's attention. Dogs are between you and it now.
Yes, I will.
Okay.
How do I target you?
Okay, so what you can do is I can set up a target for you, but this creature is a loner. I couldn't find one. Like I've been stalling looking for it in the adventure. It's in the back of the book, but I couldn't find it in the encounters. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Oh, here's encounters. Okay. Let's try. Bum bum bum. Citadel. Oop. Dogs. Nope. Nope. I'm looking for the Noposaurus. Oh, there he is. What was that? A 316. Okay, sweet. So I can drop this thing out here. Come on. Oops. There he is. All right. So if I pull up the encounter, drop him in it. Here we go. Okay. Much better. Now,
I don't know. I totally dig that Devon Knight lizard thing he's got there. It was
Yeah, right. That
pretty
thing's
good
cool.
representation of the drawing that you showed us. It's right out of the module.
you don't like the pog head? The creature?
Leaves a little bit to be desired when you presented us with such a beautiful craft. Oh, I understand. The pog head probably is linked and has all the stats and everything built.
There we go. Yes, it is. But, you know, as we work our way, let's look at this. That makes more sense. We like him. He's very cool. There we go. Yes, and we're trying to show off the combat aspect, so... And, you know, not everybody has discovered the wonderful world.
Oh,
of
I bet you there's a way that you could go in and change the token for that to that Devon Knight one if you're
Yeah, you can.
But let's not worry about that. That's going to take too much time.
Let's get that shot off.
Onward with the battle.
Kill this. I need a belt.
Have you targeted for me, Jeff?
No, I'm actually
You can
intrigued.
just drag. I think you can just drag your attack dice and drop it right on top of its head.
Let's find out.
Attack 5 at large dragon. Critical miss.
Oh, that's not good.
Do you want to burn your hero point to make that not happen?
No, I'm saving my hero point.
Wait, is it a critical miss if he has +1?
What?
Magical weapon.
He's got magic weapon on.
Oh,
So that should be +1.
that's a very good question. Where's my dude? What, a 6? No, sorry. You missed it by 12, so +1 will only get you to 11, so either way. Critical miss. Do they have a suggestion list for critical misses yet? I know they have a critical hit deck coming soon that I've already ordered there, Joe. Or do I just get to be inventive? Your gun jams.
No, because that's based for DM. There is no, like, you lose your weapon or anything like that. It's just, that's DM flavoring.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You shoot. Okay.
Clang.
Yep.
Yeah.
It goes. And one of the dogs
Travels forward.
see the dog that's like in said path?
Oh no.
Okay. They're fighting over the jerky and one pulls back and it goes flying up in the air and one jumps for it and intercepts the bolt. Boink.
For 2d8 damage.
So change your target to the doggy first.
Okay, so I go like this.
And magic weapon also adds 1 die.
There,
dice to
Yeah,
damage.
that's the
Yeah,
2d8.
I got it
It's
for you
normally
there.
1.
Okay.
I've done it for you, Rob. So I've expanded on his character here. And
So
yeah.
do I roll the dice now for damage?
Yep. Any damage dice? Oh, click on the damage dice for your weapon right on your character sheet.
Okay.
Go right to the damage, right on the sheet. There should be a little tiny golden dice in the corner of the number of the plus the damage. Double click on it or pick it up with your little golden hand and drag that damage dice towards the box or drop it on the doggy's head.
Okay,
All will
Pearson, just drag it right to him and drop
Yep.
it on his head.
And it says 8 to medium animal number 2.
And a second one.
So in my tracker here,
Min-max.
yeah,
Average.
it's taken my.
Damn.
Now, did you say there was a plus to this? +1?
There's another +1 damage because the second damage I just missed targeting.
Okay.
But yeah,
Now-
so he takes 9 points.
Now you see in the bottom here, this says modifier on the chat dice window. You could give yourself a +1 modifier.
Oh, there it is.
Yep, in the bottom there. So for next time.
Gotcha.
Oh,
Yep.
okay. Dahlgren's off to a great start. So forgetting Meros, and we're going to round end the round, as it were. Okay. Plan activated, and at the very end, things start to go awry. Top of round 2. Okay. We all run out, all this stuff, twang, noise type of thing. This thing's out there doing its thing, and I'm going to give it a perception to see if it, if it sees you, if it cares, all of that bit. What's going on there? Rob, your mic's still reverberating. Let's get your mute up there.
Yep.
And Joe, Stan is doing stuff.
That was Rob, hun.
Oh, okay. That's a very loud mouse he has clicking to mute up the thing. I'm not gonna mute it by like shut the mic off. Dring. I don't see. Oh, here we go. Clicking on the mini, like you said, everything is integrated now. We go to perception, and I can just click on the word, and it goes, yes, 720 for total. So this thing, everything happens. They're all scrambling. The dogs, rah, 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 right beside it. Whoop. This thing looks over. It makes a perception check, and then begins to move. So it comes over 5 feet and goes and attacks the first goblin dog. So yay, maybe this might actually work a little bit after all. Now, imagine, if you will, as I roll these dice and they pop up on the screen, the numbers, turn those numbers into the ferocity of it meleeing with its jaws as it tries to rip into this thing and gets a critical miss.
Chips a tooth.
This thing comes at it waddling like a croc and goes to chomp on it, and the dog bounces away, and this thing literally gets a face full of dirt in its eyes. The dog skirts sideways. It actually is temporarily blinded for a round and stops and just starts shaking its head, trying to clear its senses. Theowen! Bad luck for a dog, good luck for us. What do you want to do? You're on this gate.
Well, the plan was to pull the gate shut if things went sour. That's what I'm sticking to.
Okay. Mara of Desna.
Okay.
You had your
I'm
staff
going
out
to-
as out as earlier, right? So it's an
Mhm.
action to load, and you can fire, and you also have a movement if you wish. What'd you get?
15 to hit.
Yep. And it says what?
It says 15 to hit.
Okay. It also says large dragon miss. I don't know if you're reading what I
Blank.
can see.
I don't see that.
Okay. It should be in the chat box.
Well, it's not.
I don't see it.
Oh, really? Oh, it's telling me quietly. Oh, okay.
I have
Sorry.
to share that bit.
Yeah. Well, good thing this whole thing is customizable. I just forget off the top of my head. I'm kind of drawing a blank. I would have to go
Blinded
in.
class at all?
Oh, settings. Sorry.
I said, does being blinded affect its armor class at all? I'm just reaching for bonuses here.
For a round, yes, definitely. Joe. You want to look up the blinded condition? Actually, we could put the blinded condition on it in just a moment.
Yeah.
But quickly, I just want to show player show effects. Oh, skip hidden actor. Where I'm looking for show. You know, the dice rolls.
There should be a little eye with a slash through it.
Yeah. Where? Like on the actual attack roll?
I think it's right in your chat window.
Oh, there is. But it's telling me that previous roll that she made is hidden. That doesn't change the effect. I'm actually in the actual settings now, quickly looking for... Trying to find out. Show all whispers to GM. Show GM rolls on. Show results client. Show rolls total. Yeah. Show characters to clients. Try that. Show inventory to clients. Dice towers for later. Ring bell. Show turn order. X. It's in here somewhere. I can't remember. Damn, show X. As icons that hover.
So for your blinded condition,
Okay.
pretty basic. You cannot see. All normal terrain is now difficult terrain. You can't detect using vision. You automatically critically fail perception checks that require you to see. And if vision is the only precise sense, you take a -4 stasis penalty to perception checks. But then the good point, you are immune to visual effects. That's it.
You just say a -4 to perception checks? I thought you automatically critically failed them.
Yep, I know. I'm just reading exactly right out of the rule book.
That's his job. Okay. He's got to be considered flat-footed or something.
Nope.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, it's
Because it overrides dazzled. So let me take a quick look at dazzled and see. Dazzled is all creatures are concealed to you. Where blinded, you can't see. So
Does nothing armor class anymore. Interesting.
No.
Okay. So Mara takes the shot and misses. Okay. Dogs. I forgot to make them friendlies. Sorry. These are friendly dogs.
They all disappeared. There they are.
'cause
They're
they're smart.
reappearing.
Right. Should be able to bring this up to this dog here. Okay. So this dog here is the one that, just lost the food. The other one gets shot. Okay. It goes for the food. Right? This goblin dog got shot. Badly. And dropped the food. So I'm going. Not like you guys. You shot me. Goes hostile. In the wind. But it's still. It's really hungry. Like, these things are really freaking hungry. So it goes for the food. It just gets very upset. Took half its hit points, but it still goes for that food. Next Doogie. We already did. Last Doogie, right? The dragon comes at it. It skirts away. It goes, nope. 5, 10, 15, back to Mara's position, right through the gate. If I can have the movement, I am out of here. Goodbye. 40-foot movement. 5. Second one is 10. So that's 15. Third one is 20. 25 to here. 30, 35. Yeah, Oh, I've got Elbrick running away. Yep. Goblin dog goes, nope. And runs away. Elbrick.
I will spend an entire round shooting it with magic missiles.
Okay, you have a clear shot. Now the dogs are the way.
Pew, 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 pew. So that's all of my actions go to sending. So that should be 3 shots.
I don't know what you're doing, Rob, but he's talking and we're showing you. That's weird.
That's weird.
Oh, because Matt's killed his video.
Oh, terribly sorry. Totally forgot about that. I'm back. Yay.
Hey.
So 3 magic missiles go shooting out. Pew, pew, pew. For a total of...
Oh, they auto hit?
Yeah.
And what's the
That's a
damage
magic
on them?
missile.
Oh, things change, man. Mage armor is plus
it's
1 damage.
1d4 plus 1 for force damage. You can cast it. You can only cast it for 1 missile, 2 missile, or 3 missile.
Okay.
So like the number of actions you put into it dictate the number of missiles. I'm just fully unloading on it. Pew pew pew.
Does that burn like 3 slots, kind of thing?
No, it's 1 spell casting, but the longer you cast it, the more missiles shoot. So you can break it short.
Okay.
That is
Shoot and run. Yeah. Okay. No, they've changed. I'm not taking anything for granted, guys. Like mage armor is now plus 1 AC instead of the old plus 4. You know, but a bunch of other things that are improved. So.
And it does 1d4 plus 1 force damage per bullet
Okay.
for a total of 11 damage.
Oh, do more of that.
And they've all hit it. Yep. It's definitely taking the damage, boys. I can see it on the chart here. Big ouch from you. All right. And you triple cast, so no movement from you.
That's all I got.
Dahlgren.
Okay. I'm going to... What does it cost for me to reload?
1 action.
So I will reload. Then I will take the shot.
Okay. Critical miss again.
Douglas and not a crossbow. And then I'll reload.
Now, something I might have buggered here is like shooting an ally. Usually it'd be like, oh, you critical miss, but the shot number, it should be high enough to hit the dog's AC. The last time you got a natural 1, right?
Last time was...
Yes, it was a natural 1.
Yeah.
So that's why it was like I double bogeyed you and actually hit an ally. It was
Good.
such bad luck, right? This time, you roll a 4, you get plus 1, 5, plus your guidance or whatever. It's not enough to hit the target.
Magic weapon is 6, yeah.
Okay, yeah. It's a regular
Yes.
critical miss. So, like, you could drop a weapon, but it wouldn't break it. If I break your bow, it's a little harsh because it renders it. You know what I mean?
It might save everybody's lives.
No, what I'm gonna do is you shoot, and Albrecht here is waving his arms around, and you lean out, and as you're shooting, your bolt case on your hip dumps out onto the ground. All your ammo is on the ground now. And now you'd have to burn like actions per bolt to retrieve them, and then load, and then you know what I mean. You just accidentally dump all your ammo on the ground. That's a good one, guys.
No, that works.
Yep.
That works.
Miros the giant is outside. Come back to
That's just like Jeff playing paintball.
My God.
There's a story here, but I don't want to hear it.
We're not doing well.
Sorry, it's supposed to be the bad guy. It's supposed to be the dragon. It got missed. Sorry. Large dragon's turn. Lucky for you, I'm going to change my targets. And like I said, I'm going for the closest aggravator. So, yummy goblin dog, like right there. So it goes for it. And the powerful jaws chomp down.
Oh my God.
And it chomps on the poor little innocent goblin dog. It's not even supposed to be here on a Wednesday. Does a massive amount of damage, 15 points, and is heavily wounded one of the dogs.
Okay.
And I'm good for the moment. Ewan, You're up. Mara, you're on deck.
I'll turn to Al. You got another one of those missile spells in your pocket?
Aye, of course I do. Not too much after that, but I got that.
No, if we can delay this game, so I will delay
Okay, sure.
and have my axe in hand. This is not looking good.
Delayed so that you come in later in the round, or you just want delay and let the rounds burn so that you can just jump in whenever you want?
Okay.
I'm asking. You because basically you could set a condition where you prep, right? Joe, help me out here. What do they call it? You're setting an action. It's like when these conditions are met, you get to go. It's like a reaction.
Reaction.
That's right. Ready in action, right? So if you want to like get your axe out and ready to like meet this thing if it gets too close.
So as soon as Albright hits it with missiles again,
Yeah.
fuck it, I'm charging it.
Okay.
Bless you.
Mara.
Bless you.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Oh, sorry. Before.
Yep.
While the lovely little delay action, which everybody likes to do, so we should learn how to do it properly.
Yes, please. No, dude, that is your cue every time we just
Yeah,
kind of skip.
I know.
over.
I can only type so fast. So basically, the trigger is your turn begins. I want to delay whatever action it is. Okay, so if you end up delaying for an entire round, without returning back to the initiative order. Okay, sorry. I don't have that.
Just keep going. Stop
Yep.
drawing attention to the screw ups, guys. You're just making it worse.
All right, sorry, I'm trying to read. You delay your action, and you are removed from the initiative order. You can return to the initiative order as a free action triggered by your delayed action. This permanently changes your initiative action to the new position. You can't use reactions until you return back to the initiative order. So if you delay for the entire round, you return back to the initiative order from when you started doing your delay action.
Okay.
Okay. So basically, it sounds like they combined them. You're at it. You can't sort of like do anything else, but it's like you've ready in action because you're still waiting for those conditions, but they pull you off. Okay. If I'm misjudging this, but it does really sound like they're just combining those. Okay, Mara, what do you want to do?
Attack. And I miss.
What'd you get?
A 5.
For
So
total.
10 altogether.
Okay. So load, shoot. You still have an action.
So I'll reload.
Okay. Animals. This one, dragon's coming over, attacking, whatever, gets the food and just runs off with it. The one that we have left standing gets hurt very badly, and again with the nope, 5, 10, 15, and runs back to its now. It's not that it's so smart that it's coming back to you guys and leading it to you. Its home, its den is that front door courtyard. That's where they keep them. That's where they sleep them. That's where they feed them. They know, go back there, eat, sleep, retreat. So that's why they're bolting. Some of them are. One's just run off in a random direction to get the food going. And it bolts. And unless you guys like interceded or attack of opportunity there with your, dealing, they clear the field. And I am going to remove them from the turn order. At least the ones that have run away. Bringing us back to Albrecht Stonechucker. Dahlgren, you're on deck.
And again, I take my full turn action and blast it with a magic missile.
Okay, go for it.
Flop, flop, flop.
And like I said, as soon as those numbers pop up, guys, call them out, please.
So, first missile for 3. Second missile for 3. Third missile for 5 for a total of 11 damage.
Ow. This thing takes not 1, but 2 salvos of magic missiles. And it's reeling and it's getting pissed. Dahlgren.
I'll take my turn now.
Yes, sir.
So I will activate my fighter feat. Let me scroll through here, which is that move twice, attack once. 5, 10,
What's it called?
15. Let me look it up.
Is it actually called move twice attack? Charge?
Sudden charge.
There we go.
So,
Okay.
so that should be adjacent to it.
Would we be so
and-
lucky that you're shouting your clan name?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Let's see. He'll shout out as he rushes forward. By the sons of the crossed hammers, I slay dragon. And I will roll.
Can I have that? Can we have that again?
I'll say as I rush forward, kind of waddling up in my tank armor, axe raised high. By the sons of the crossed hammer, I slay the dragon.
Okay.
Let's see if I can do it now using my character shit. Ability. Sorry, I should have had this up.
Do you need a straight line? Can you charge? Can you charge through friendlies?
It just says move
Okay.
twice.
Okay, just checking.
Yeah, no, you're good.
Okay. So Theon, giving
13.
Okay.
I'd like to spend a hero point to reroll that if I could, please.
that is a good possibility. Joe, 0 point for reroll. Taking the best of 2, that kind of thing. Or
Yes, you can.
Yep.
You can burn a hero point to re-roll anything.
Yep. There you go.
18.
Okay.
Better?
Just got it. 13 not good enough. 18 is definitely good enough. Charging in there.
Don't you also have a plus though?
Oh yeah, you also get a bonus from your magic
So
weapon
+1 for the guidance, so
There you
that would have
go.
been 19 total.
Okay.
and magic weapon because
magic weapon.
2, so +2, so that was a 20, and you get an extra damage dice.
And I do 19 points of damage.
Oh, we forgot to target it. don't be. Okay. 19 points of damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is a respectable hit.
Yeah,
It
it's a
is.
very respectable hit.
It is. You come right down, and you know how the axe has that pointed tip on the bottom of the crescent and the pointed tip at the top? Okay. You come straight down, and it has a single sort of flange horn on the back of its head. And you twist your axe just at the last moment and come in, and it rides that horn into the back of the crux of the neck, and jerking your axe, it sinks deep behind the skull plate that dragons all have, and its mouth opens and it belches out the worst god-awful swamp gas in your face as its tongue rolls and it lies still.
Victory!
Oh! I thought I got roasted. Yes!
You're lucky my noxious breath is not... Oh, it is. It is a reaction. Takes damage from an adjacent creature. Reactive breath. This thing belches out, like you kill it. It's dying, and its lungs exhale, and the poop comes out the other end, just like bodies do when they die, and a 15-foot cone shoots out at you, and I need a DC fortitude save from you, Theon.
Oh my god.
Just as he starts to do the dance.
Just as I start to...
I did it. Yeah.
15.
This cloud envelops him, and you are sickened. 1.
No.
Oh, what is that? I don't know what that is.
It's a condition, like dying 1, dying 2, dying 3.
Lean over.
You become...
Try not to vomit into the helmet because I can't get the helmet off quick enough. I've been swamp-assed.
You gain the condition sickened 1, as opposed to sickened 2, 3. So Well, Joe's quickly looking up the second condition, so we can all laugh at the puking dwarf. Throwing up in his he's throwing up in his helmet. It's making it worse. Dahlgren, to end the round, what do you want to do?
To end the round. I'm trying to see if anything that can help him, but I really don't.
It doesn't scream out, "I'm dead." Like, Theo knows it's dead, but you like it's standing over it, and this thing eyes lolls back his head. This thing's giving off cloud. As far as you can tell, it hit it, a respectable hit, and this thing reacts by belching gas on him.
You know what? It'll take me the extra action, but I'll try one more time to hit this thing.
Okay, bend down, scoop up a bolt, load it, shoot, and you got to shoot through friendly. Gets a +1. Redeem yourself. Just trying to help you. Oh, hang on. Let me give you a new target here. There you go.
Yeah, here we go. Why is it not doing what I want?
Click on your crossbow to hit, plus, or you can drag
Oh,
it.
did I screw that up?
Just double clicking on it is way faster than trying to pick the dice up. It looks fun, but honestly, just the double click on the item, way faster.
There we go.
15. A respectable miss. My former
Plus
armor
1.
class is oh, okay.
Plus 1
Okay, 16.
for 16.
Okay.
Does that hit?
No. You need 17 and Dahlgren and Theon makes it 18, but just trying to help you out here. One last shot goes flying through.
Spend that hero point. Spend
Okay.
it.
You know what? I will spend the hero point if it'll get me the hit.
It'll let you
That hits
reroll. It'll reroll the attack dice.
Well, it's worth it.
Okay, let's have it.
Oh, that head's all bright.
I think
He's
Frank's
on the-
smelling the end of the session. He knows he's going to regenerate that hero point because it's not per game.
Oh, man.
A regular
You gotta
miss.
shoot.
Oh, I would
Apparently,
find-
they're saying I aim anywhere with the crossbow.
it'd be great if you critically miss and like shot Theon in the back. All right. So this thing does finally, after a quick little thrash of the tail, lie still, and this gas of cone green swamp goo just kind of begins to dissipate. And you see Theon convulsing, trying to unscrew his helmet, dancing around like he can't get it off fast enough. And we will see you next time on Dicewise Entertainment's Age of Ashes. Say goodnight, everyone.
Cheerio,
Good
folks.
night.
Night, everyone.
Night, dragon.